watching live from Eschenberg Field in Floresville, Texas, where tonight the Navarro Panthers meet their old foe, the Cuero Gobblers, in the second round of the Division 4A Division II playoffs. Stay tuned for the Panther football pregame show coming up next. You're watching Panther football on the Navarro Panther Network. Welcome to Eschenberg Field in Floresville, Texas, at Floresville High School, where tonight the Navarro Panthers take on the Cuero Gobblers in round 2 of the playoffs. The area championship is on the line tonight. You see our Panthers there walking to their locker room. The Cuero Gobblers are circling up to finish their stretches as we look at pregame here tonight from Floresville, Texas. The Panthers enter tonight with a 5-6. Let's back up first of all. I'm Clay Scarborough. Joining me is Hank Dietert. Lance Blackburn is away. Sarah Casey's in the broadcast booth. She is joined by Jordan down there in the trailer. Jacob, Margaret, and Bo have made the trip with us on the broadcast crew tonight. And Hank, you have another guy helping us on the sideline.
Yeah, Steve, my brother-in-law, believe it or not, he graduated back in 1980. We got to march together and got third in state in the marching contest back when it was a Class A school.
Man, I'll date myself. I was 4. Okay, so tonight's the second round of the playoffs. The area rounds between the Cuero Gobblers and the Navarro Panthers. The Panthers enter tonight with a 5-6 overall record and a 3-3 district record and finished 4th overall in district play. Last week, the Panthers defeated Carrizo Springs by a 56-14 score in the first round of the playoffs. The Gobblers entered tonight with an 8-3 overall record and a 3-1 district record. Good for second place in the district, right behind first place Sinton High School. We'll talk about them more in just a little bit. Last week, Cuero defeated La Furia by an 83-20 score.
Man.
In the first round of the playoffs. Both teams have played one common opponent this year, and that was Lavernia, the Lavernia Bears. Cuero defeated them 35-28. Navarro lost that game 38-21 in a game where Navarro looked as if they were kind of turning the way they were playing
they were
around.
Ahead. They were ahead at halftime, 21-14, and then just as they got a little behind, they tried to take and they were trying to take and make too much at the end because they were at a point where, hey, look, we might as well go for it all, and some turnovers. Some other things happened, but it was a very close game. So don't let that score, kind of steer you the other way, because these Panthers played Lavernia very well that game.
As Tony Dudney says, that's why we played the game.
That's right.
The winner of tonight's game will play the Wimberley Texans. As last night, Wimberley defeated Rockport Fulton by a 62-21 score. Man, some of these scores in these early rounds of the playoffs can get pretty high. It's a clear night. It's 64 degrees here at Eschenberg Field. The temperatures will fall from 64 into the mid-50s as the game continues tonight. This is like the weather you picture for fall up in the Northeast for football when you suit up. This is what you really like to see. So let's look at this matchup today, Hank, between these two teams.
Yeah, I pulled this graphic up while you were talking about that, and we have the the rushing yards. You're going to see it go Panthers' way. This is per game, and they're at 278, and Cuero's at 201. Still not very bad in rushing either way, but 40 yards of passing per game for the Panthers. That's actually not bad for a slot T team.
For a slot T team, right?
And then 202. And for the Gobblers, they're very well balanced. They can throw the ball, they can run the ball. So that's what's scary about Cuero, I think, right away. But they're over 400 yards per game. That's also pretty scary. Your defense has really got to step up. But the Panthers not bad at 318. That's good because you don't have to have a lot of yards because you're taking and playing.
You're
keep
taking
away.
the clock. Right. We're going to talk about more. That's a sneak peek of the key of the game.
Right. And points per game, Panthers at 27 per game. That's not bad. 33 points a game for Cuero. They can put some points on the board, but points allowed. You see Cuero giving up quite a little bit more, 26 points per game, as opposed to the Panthers at 25. So don't let the records, I wouldn't even look at the records. These two are rivals. They've been playing each other now for a good while, and, we've got 14 games against them. And here, since I think it's like 2012, but Scott Kibbe may touch on that.
Scott Kibbe here in a couple breaks away. We'll have him in here on that.
But the Panthers, have at times here lately, like in the last 6 years, haven't played them bad. It's just a couple games here or there in the last 6 years. But other than that, we've played them well.
All of y'all know, this is playoffs.
Right.
So really it comes down to what happens tonight and who's the most prepared and who's the most ready. So we'll take a 2-minute break here on the pregame show. When we come back, we're going to break down each team. And soon after that, Scott Kibbe will join us with stats and information on this game. We'll be right back on the Navarro Panther Network.
Set the bar high and just go for it. You are destined for greatness.
Is it my imagination? Or is everyone telling me I'm already the next big thing?
Find your perfect self and follow your dreams.
My dreams weren't going so well. For some reason, life was feeling dark and I couldn't snap out of it. All I needed was a little support and a few new ideas. YourLifeYourVoice.org helped me get my life back on track. I can take it from here.
We're with Bridget, whose husband won't be home for months, and whose daughter is due any day. We're with Mike, who's leaving home to protect his family and yours. We're with all service members and their families who need community, connection, and maybe a bit of magic. Are you with them? Learn more at uso.org today.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
Floresville, Texas, Floresville High School, Navarro, and the Gobblers about to go at it in the area round of the playoffs. So let's break down the Gobblers here for a couple minutes. Let's go through their district and their schedule and some key players you'll be hearing from tonight. So in their district, Cuero finished 3-1. That was second. Sinton finished in first. And there was one key game that came down to. That was back on October the 18th, where Sinton defeated Cuero 23-18. And we'll see how the playoffs play out, but Sinton's a team that each team will have to deal with at some point probably to get out of this region. In third place in that district was Rockport Fulton. They finished 2-2. Ingleside 1-3, and Robstown finished 0-4 in that neighboring district.
And you see Wimberley had taken care of business 62-21 last night as they played on a Thursday night. So the winner of this game, we know, will play Wimberley.
That's exactly right. Looking down their schedule, we mentioned the one common opponent was Lavernia, and Lavernia beat Cuero. Cuero beat Lavernia 35-28. Panthers lost to Lavernia. Twice this year have the Gobblers gone on a 3-game win streak. They did that at the end of September into mid-October from Belton, Harlingen, and Rockport Fulton. And then, once again, they are on a 3-game win streak right now. They beat Ingleside, Robstown, and La Furia. Of course, La Furia was last week in the playoffs with that 83-20 win in round one. All right, some key players you need to be listening to here from the Cuero Gobblers. We're going to be focusing on the offense on number 25, Gerardo. He has thrown for 1,179 yards so far this year with a 66% completion percentage. He has attempted 110 passes, completed 72 of them, has a QB rating of 125.7. Out of the backfield, we're looking at number 4, David Valaria. He has 861 yards on the ground, over 149 carries. And number 6, Jay Marie, with 592 yards of rushing on 68 carries, are your key runners for the Gobblers. On the receiving end, Brian Hernandez, number 7, B. Hernandez, 516 yards. He's kind of your second receiver, 33 receptions. But Walter Dietz, the junior, number 12, has 1,045 yards. He's the guy that you'll be watching catching a lot of balls tonight.
The former Panther.
The former Panther, that's right. 62 receptions on the year. He's averaging 95 yards per game. That's on offense. Let's get to defense here for a second. The leading tackler is Gomez, number 26 for the Gobblers. He has 138 total tackles this year. Of them, 80 have been solos, so look out for that senior roaming around. He's got 2 other seniors to assist him on the defense. With 89 tackles is Seals, number 21, and number 20, B. Smith. He has 88 total tackles on the year. Not far behind him is Strecker with 79 tackles on the year. Let's get to those sacks now from Cuero. Look out for K. Roy, number 60. He has 5 sacks on the year. And that's the names that we expect to hear from Cuero tonight. Just statistically, they sound pretty good, Hank.
Yeah. I mean, statistically, on the, in the books, on paper, and they're going to be, on both sides of the ball, they're going to be hard to contain, And the biggest thing for the Panthers is that, they can't just focus on one when they're on defense, the Panthers, because, Cuero is good both in the pass and on the run. So
before we get to the Panther breakdown, and Mr. Dietert has that for you, this is a quick look at what's coming out of our district on your screen right now. The 4A region 4 division. A lot of 4s in there, guys.
Yeah.
But you see the Panthers tonight. They're against the Gobblers. Wimberley has already beaten Rock Park Fulton. They're going to the second round. Lago plays Port Isabel, the Silver Tarpons. If I had a place to play something on that, I'd go Lago Vista probably over Port Isabel.
They're at Comalander Field in San Antonio.
There you go. And then Salado versus Sinton. Now, we talked a lot about Sinton. Sinton's a really good program, really good team. I felt like Navarro probably could have won and should have won the Salado game. So Sinton probably takes that. And Sinton's going to be a team, Hank, you might want to talk a little more about them, that if you want to get out of this region, you're going to have to go through them.
Yeah, them or Wimberley. And right now, we have to deal with Cuero, but I think Sinton, the Pirates, is one of the tops in this region. But this time, you're looking at Sinton, Cuero, and Wimberley, and Navarro. If they can pull the upset tonight, it'd be great. So we'll see how that pans out. But, now when we talk about the Panthers, some of the Panthers that I always point out is going to be on the offensive side. Helford starting out with number 1. Right now, he has 363 passing yards. You don't think, well, that's not a lot, but look at his rushing for a quarterback. He's at 612 yards, and he's got 6 touchdowns, rushing touchdowns, and he's doing very well. He's averaging close to 7 yards per carry.
That's very good. Especially for a quarterback.
Oh, yeah, for a quarterback. And then when you look at, the big fullback, the leading rusher of the Panthers, you look at Cohen Blunt, the big bruising back, and you look at his note. Even though he's got only 5.8, that's still quite a bit, almost 6 yards per carry. He's got over 1,000 yards right now.
His runs are up the middle.
Yeah.
He is inside the box,
right.
deep inside the box, right?
That's
right.
right.
So to get 5.6 yards a carry in there is an accomplishment.
Right. So and now look at Trotty. Trotty, the other running back, and he's done great for the Panthers in this lately. He's made some big plays, especially against Carrizo Springs. He was the player of the game on that one. And so now you have you have Trotty, the starting tailback, and he's still a junior. So he's still got a year to grow. but he's doing well right now with him being right at now at 551 yards, and he averages 6.5 yards per carry. Can't say he's not doing his part.
No, he's running the ball well right now.
That's right. So, but on the defensive side, I mean, we've seen a couple of good players that have stepped up here and there, and this is one of my favorite defensive ends on the team, and that's Braddock Galini, as he comes from that edge, as an edge rusher. So he's the big one that we always want to say, hey, you got to get around that guy for sure. But in the middle, you have Cade Pugh, and you also then have Harvey as well playing in that defensive front at times, yes. And so Harvey there, he plays defensive tackle, defensive end. Sometimes they mix it up a little bit, but depending on who they're playing. But that's what we're looking at right now for the Panthers. So, and I see Scott Kibbe outside the door.
We'll get to Scott. We'll
take a break.
We'll take another quick break on the Navarro pregame show. Scott Kibbe is next. So, man, if you got questions, post them right now on the YouTube feed. Text us or something. But Scott Kibbe, our resident Navarro historian from the Seguin Gazette, he's next on the Navarro Panther Network.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
We're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
My kid heard that solo!
You say my kid?
Yeah!
Welcome back to Floresville, Texas. Floresville High School, the area championships on the line tonight between the Cuero Gobblers and your Navarro Panthers. Let's talk about the referees for the night. We'll get Scott Kibbe in here in just a second. The referee tonight is Charles Derrick. He'll be the man in the white hat. We'll be looking for him at all the penalties. The umpire is Adam Castillo. Our headline judge is Brian Nelson. Line judge is Charles Terry. Our field judge is Mike Gaines. Our side judge is Robert Redding. And our back judge is John Vasick. So I wish we had those reports they have in the NFL on these guys, but let's just hope they throw a lot of penalties on the home team as we're the visiting team tonight. That's where they throw their yellow hankies. Scott Kibbe from the Seguin Gazette joining us now, and wealth of knowledge here about this series, about the Panthers, and all the history involved here. So let's start with your fun facts, Scott, and then we're going to pick your brain.
All right. It was hard this week. I try not to repeat from my preview articles. My preview article is all fun facts just about this series, but I'll use this one. The Panthers have lost 3 in a row to Cuero, but coming into this, they've never lost 4 in a row to Cuero.
Okay.
So
wow.
2 times before they lost 3 in a row to them and won that 4th one. So maybe a little encouragement there for Panthers fans.
Okay, well, if you look at their schedule this year, they haven't won 4 in a row yet either.
That's correct.
Cuero. So, all right.
Yeah, good point.
It's
good
all
point.
right.
I like
I'll
that.
do tonight.
I wouldn't take it to Vegas, but
yeah.
let's see what happens with that.
So your predictions for tonight, and what do you think you'll see from the Panthers, and what they try to do to, to be victorious?
I think it's Panther football. It's the same thing they'll have in so many games. Is you got to stay on the field. Long drives, 3rd and short. Cannot get behind the sticks tonight. But you're going to have to score. You're going to have to score very consistently. Can't really waste any series. I think it's going to be very hard to stop. Hard to stop Cuero's attack. They've got a lot of weapons, but best way to do keep them off the field, and then you just got to try to get a turnover, get a stop. This team's been really good this year about there are times the Navarro defense just looks really bad. You think, man, we just can't tackle. We can't stop anything.
Can't get off the field.
Can't get off the field. But then you look up in the 3rd quarter, and they've only given up 14 points.
Right.
So that bend but not break has worked for them, and it's got to tonight.
So Hank mentioned earlier in the pregame show, there was a stretch there against Cuero that maybe not been so good for Navarro, but recently it's a lot better. Talk about what shifted there. What was the change?
I think one, a lot of it was maybe familiarity. They just started to, when you're just playing that same team every year, you're playing them sub-varsity, you're playing them junior high, you're just seeing them all the time. There's a little less intimidation at their talent. You've seen them, you've schemed against them. Those coaches have those chances to do it over and over again. Some has depended on, some of that's been helped by the ups and downs of Cuero. There's no Whittington out there anymore. Whittington's no longer having to face him. Because, boy, he did give us fits like a lot of people. But, I think it's a lot's dependent on the team. And as I talked to Coach Blunt, actually we talked about this game a couple of weeks ago and we kind of saw on the horizon. They're not going to be intimidated. They know them. This is not a bad matchup for the Panthers for this point in the playoffs. Not to disrespect their talent, they're clearly, I think, Cuero's got to be favored in this game, but they're not scared of it.
Right, exactly. And we do want to point out we do have a change in the lineup for instead of Kenaway starting at that halfback, you're going to have J.J. Waz starting.
Yeah, he looked good last week. He's shown some things. He's taken advantage of his opportunity, and you really need that for a good playoff run. Some guys stepping up that you haven't done much before, or been out on the field much before. Kenway, you're probably going to have to go the rest of the way without him. So
and you have Rodriguez that has to take Evan Rodriguez has to take his spot on the cornerback side. So is that going to make a huge difference? I see Evan Rodriguez as a great little athlete. So
he is. I think he's shown some things.
He's not that little. I just
right.
So maybe age-wise,
he's a legit high school player we're talking about.
He's quick. I will say he got an interception last week. So I don't hope we won't lose too much in that battle. But the receivers for Cuero are always a challenge.
Well, all right, Scott, we thank you for that. Let everybody know where they can find you and how to get a hold of you.
All right, SeguinGazette.com. Be in there for Sunday's paper with this game, and hopefully we'll have a preview for next week's
Let's
game.
Go.
Yeah, let's go.
Right. Against Wimberley.
We're going to be
positive.
That's right.
There we go.
Another team we've seen a whole lot. So.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, Scott, well, have a good night. We'll see you at halftime.
All right, thank you.
All right, Hank, let's get to those keys of the game if you can pull that up on the screen here.
We'll get that for you. All right, so.
While we do that, you see our Dazzlers are lined up. You can hear our band playing in the background, the ambiance of the pregame show. All right, so here's my keys to the game tonight. Somewhere or another, Hank, we got to knock the Gobblers off their game. Whether it's a big play on defense, special teams, something. If we can even make the lights go out for 5 minutes, right? Or something. Let's do something to take them off their game, get them a little out of sequence, out of rhythm. Just find a way to make that happen. Number 2. A good defense is good offense. Scott may have read my keys before we put this on the screen because I think if the Panthers can stay on the field most of the time, and I'm talking like 36 minutes. We need to be on the field a lot tonight, right?
Right.
But control that clock, keep the Gobblers offense off the field. A good defense is a good offense. And then don't give Cuero anything.
Right.
Scott, again, took this one from me too. Don't jump off sides. Don't false start. No stupid penalties. Keep yourself ahead of the chain some way or another. Don't give away. Don't shoot yourself in the foot, so to speak, and then you'll have a chance.
That's right.
And that's the point of this.
I agree with all of them.
Get you to the end here.
Some of mine may overlap a little bit when you talk about my 3 keys to victory tonight. Is going to be the more physical team. Cuero's always physical. They always bring it. And the Panthers got to, at the very least, match that intensity and match that physicality.
Well, and that might be how you can knock them off. Because how many times will they have played a team that can match that?
That's true.
When you punch someone in the face and then, they're going to punch back, right? That can change the way you approach it.
Sure, and limit big plays by Cuero. Limit those. I will say they'll probably make big plays, but you got to kind of okay, as long as it's not that bad, we're okay. We talk about bend but not break, those sorts of things. And then play keep away. You touched on that as well. Use that offense, keep them off the field, keep Cuero's offense, and shorten this game, and the Panthers will have a chance.
Our Panthers have entered the field here. In just a minute, they'll do a run-through, and we'll take our last timeout here, about a minute timeout on the Navarro Panther Network. The pregame show is basically wrapped. When we come back, we're going to have National Anthem, the run-through, and your game between the Panthers and the Gobblers here on the Navarro Panther Network.
conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
My kid heard that solo!
You see my kid?
Yeah! What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Be great.
Participate!
Welcome back to Floresville, Texas. Floresville High School. Here come your Navarro Panthers. We are 2 minutes and 44 seconds from kickoff here in Floresville. Your by-district champion Panthers are taking the field. The Cuero Gobblers will be doing the same here. You can see them now in the middle of the shot. They'll be coming through their large Cuero Gobbler sign.
Yeah, now the Panthers wearing their, basically stormtrooper look is what Lance likes to call it, all white and with the purple numbers. And so tonight, it looks like a lot. You got some JV players and things like that mixed in here, even some freshman players as well.
You'll see a couple of purple helmets.
Yeah,
and that's
yeah,
just because that's what they wore in the season.
Right, that's exactly right. And so, and you usually see that from other teams as well, and at this level, so.
Well, like you talk about that, it's a great way to call up your guys that are going to do this in the future. They're going to be playing playoff games for you in the future. And it's a good way to get their feet wet, kind of be around the varsity guys a little bit more.
Right.
And, hey, guys, this is what you're working for.
Right,
This is where you're going to be here in a year or two. So it's a great opportunity for those young guys. We're about set for captains. Our referees are marching over to their respective sidelines to greet those captains. And we will get that coin toss for the area championship. It looks like the Navarro Panthers, from left to right, it would be on your screen that way also. Your captains are number 8, Cohen Blunt, number 52, number 22, Braddock Galini. We're going to try to get that third one here. We'll review in a second. Actually, we're going to do national anthem first. Okay, we'll come back for that coin flip in just a second. So we're going to step aside for the national anthem.
A little different.
Ball.
Do you need it?
We're good. All right, so we have Cohen Blunt. You have number 22, Braddock Galini. We're going to get that third one here in a second. I believe it's number 55, Craig Hyman. And number 52, K. Pugh, are your Navarro captains for this evening. For on the Cuero side, number 11, Connor Bushish. Number 52, Cash Cooper. Number 65, Hayden Carter. And number 26, Jace Gomez, is are your captains this evening for the Cuero Gobblers. Hank, any quick thoughts here as we find out who gets the ball first?
Well, at this point, I don't really care who gets the ball first. It's just who's going to come out and play, you know, who's going to play harder, who's going to be more physical.
These teams have been working since early in August to reach this point here in late November, and hoping for a chance to play into early December, which would be next week's game if we get there. There's our sideline cam. There's the coin being flipped. Bo Poppleton's down there right now for us on that cam.
They were going to almost zoom in on that one, but
Cuero has deferred.
Yep, they have. And so, you know, the Panthers, they have to receive, and you defer, because if not, you're going to have to kick off twice.
That's right.
Yeah, because you don't get a choice in the second half.
So Cuero has elected, actually not defer, they have elected to take the ball in the first half.
Yeah.
Which, okay, I'm gonna talk a little about that. You know, not that coin toss is everything in a football game, but that means you have the chance to score at the end of the first half, score again at the second half.
That's right.
If you get the ball in that direction. The Navarro Panthers in the Stormtrooper outfits will be moving from right to left on your television screen. Cuero Gobblers will be moving from your left to right and will have the ball first. A reminder, the winner of this game will take on Wimberley in the third round of the playoffs. Wimberley won last night 62-21 over Rockport Fulton. We have no knowledge at this time whether this game would be played on Friday or Saturday following Thanksgiving, Turkey Day, and the Panthers are hoping for an early Turkey Day here tonight over the Gobblers.
Woo! Excited right here.
Well, if this doesn't get your blood flowing a little bit, even though it's a little cool, this is football weather, this is the playoffs. Colt Brown is set to kick it away. And we are underway from Floresville, Texas. Panthers and the Gobblers, the area championship, just picked up. I thought his foot was on the line. It was at the 21-yard line. So not great field position for the Gobblers to start.
And here's the Gobblers starting offense with Jace Guajardo and Varela as the running back.
There's Walker Dietz, the leading receiver.
Yep. Cash Cooper's center, solid center. So that's the starting offense for the Gobblers.
Let's get to that Navarro defense after this first play here. Gobblers coming to the line with two setbacks. Guajardo awaits the snap. 3 wide. In motion goes Hernandez, and he will have the ball out to the left side. Wrapped up once by a Panther, and now finally taken out of bounds near the first down yardage for the Gobblers.
And there's your defense for the Panthers. Cade Pugh, Ian Garcia in the front.
Look for Luke Vogel there in the middle.
And there's your secondary.
J.J. Waz running the ball and playing cornerback. Another run here for the Gobblers on the left side. That tackle is by Panther Ethan Borchardt. About a 5-yard gain on that for the Gobblers.
Hey, look, we've got a play clock.
We got a play clock, down marker. Look out, ESPN.
And that's thanks to the production crew there.
Guajardo to throw, and it looks like a completed pass to Walker Dietz, your leading receiver for Cuero. It's a first down for the Gobblers.
Yeah, they're going tempo here.
Second first down of the night.
And they're trying to
they are trying to get into a rhythm here early.
Yeah, they're going tempo, trying to get a rhythm, and also just get the Panthers on their heels and trying to score quickly, sometimes against an opponent, you know, in the first half, deflate them early, but the Panthers need to make a big play here.
Guajardo will hand off in the backfield, tippy toes, and now has a little room to run, and gets down around the 49-yard line. On the carry was Davion Varela.
Yeah, and he makes a good move and to break one tackle, sidesteps, and the line just lets everybody go past it. The Panthers did a good job getting in the backfield, but they weren't in the right lanes they need to be in.
Navarro throw again, not much pressure, complete, first down inside the 40-yard line. There's a late flag that comes in from the back judge.
That might be close to a face mask. I'm not quite sure on that one.
Number 82, Tony Perez on the catch.
Yeah, we'll see if there was a
Panthers are moving back right now. They moved back pretty far there, Hank.
So I'm looking at the white hat right now. Personal foul, face mask that goes against the Panthers.
You had it called. It was a face mask.
Yeah, and it kind of looked like when you get up in that head area with your hand, I mean, almost 9 times out of 10, they're going to call that.
And Hank, this is what we talked about. Don't give the Gobblers anything. You just gave them a first down plus 5. Head coach Rod Blunt of the Panthers is looking for some explanations. Not getting me right now, getting many from the referees.
Deep already in the Panther territory. Gobblers moving quick.
Pardo, he will give to the wide receiver who just made the catch a second ago. That's Tony Perez. He's wrapped up.
Yeah, Risky.
Number 45, Risky's there.
Yeah, Risky comes in and seals that edge very well, along with other Panthers.
You read it.
Yeah, and you got to be able to know, hey, when they're going to cut it up, because the inability to cut it up inside the defense was also a factor on that play.
We'll need more plays like that, keeping the Gobblers contained. Really important to stay in your lane, literally as a defensive player. Close your gap, stay there. Back to pass Fajardo. He will dump this out to Hernandez. Hernandez breaks one tackle inside the 10, the 5, thrown out of bounds at around the 7-yard line. That was number 20, Ethan Borchardt there again, and the Gobblers are threatening early.
Yeah, Braden Hernandez, a very shifty type receiver, and when he gets the ball in his hand, he's hard to bring down. You have to break down in order to be ready for his moves. Make him make the move. Don't you make a move too early, but you still got to attack. It's a very difficult thing to do.
He'll have the ball again. That's number 4. Inside, kind of stays on his feet, bear crawls to the 2-yard line.
Yeah.
That's Varela on that carry.
Yeah, Varela is able to stretch out just enough, but it's still going to be only a second down and goal. And then the Panthers, if they, we talked about making big plays and big stops and get off the field. Hey, if you can hold this to a field goal attempt, man, that's a win in my book.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Especially when you give them the 15 yards.
Right, a momentum changer.
Pardo will hand it off again. Varela, he's in the goal line. He's past it. Oh, he's
short.
Just
short.
Wow, nice play. I wish I could see exactly from where we were who made that stop. It looked like Ethan Borchardt again came up from the safety position. So it's about a half yard now for the Cuero Gobblers. They're going with their heavy offense here.
Yeah, they're bringing in the jumbo package.
The jumbo package. There we go.
Third and goal, though. Panthers have to bring in and meet them.
Walker Dietz is the quarterback. And Walker Dietz marches into the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, and that was all about blocking up front. The Panthers tried to submarine and tried to break it down, but the hole was just there off that left side. So kudos to the Cuero front lineman there on that left side. The guard and tackle made a big hole for Dietz, and Dietz gets the touchdown for the Cuero Gobblers.
Walker Dietz is the leading receiver and now has the first touchdown in the area championship. Cuero for the extra point. Snap. They kick in the hole, punches it through. That's Tony Perez on the kick, the senior 5'5". And with 8:27 remaining in the first quarter, Cuero 7, Navarro nothing. Navarro gets the ball next on the Navarro Panther Network.
We'll be back.
Set the bar high and just go for it. You are destined for greatness.
Is it my imagination? Or is everyone telling me I'm already the next big thing?
Find your perfect self and follow your dreams.
My dreams weren't going so well. For some reason, life was feeling dark and I couldn't snap out of it. All I needed was a little support and a few new ideas. YourLifeYourVoice.org helped me get my life back on track. I can take it from here.
Set the bar high and just go for it. You are destined for greatness.
Is it my imagination? Or is everyone telling me I'm already...
Kicking off is David Lennon for the Cuero Gobblers, who have a 7-0 lead in the area championship. High kick. Not much wind tonight. Taken by Colt Brown at the 25-yard line. Comes to his right, taken down quick. Does not, runs more horizontal than vertical there.
Yeah, he gets it to the 25, and okay field position, but you'd like to see a better return. But Cuero had that sniffed out. Good tackle, takes him out, his legs out from under him, brings Colt Brown down. Now let's see what the Panther offense can do. And here's the Panthers starting offense.
Number 9 there, Kenny Guerrero bringing in the play.
Right.
Quarterback Peyton Helford.
Yeah,
J.J. Walls, Dylan Trotty, Cohen Blunt. Robert Beltran, Lane Black, Craig Hyman makes up the line. Panthers going to get outside here. Ball's loose. Look out. Gobblers all over it at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, Halford was making good yardage on that one. I don't know if we have that one on replay or not, but good yardage, and then the ball just pops out.
It was a tackle from breaking it from the outside.
Yep.
And, Hank, that's what we needed to happen on the other end.
Right.
Here's your replay.
Oh.
You'll see Helford on the right side of your screen, and that's just stripped out.
Oh, yeah. You can see it there.
The Gobblers get it from the 35-yard line. So time for the defense to repay the turnover.
Good replay. Thank you.
The 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Gobblers, 8:16 left, first quarter. Back to pass, lots of time. Throws it long to the end zone, touchdown. Walker Dietz is there. And just like that, it is 13-0.
Yeah, got behind the defense by only a step, and that was actually a dime, a drop in the bucket. I don't know if we have that one there.
Jackson Marie was the quarterback on that, Hank.
Yeah, and you know.
Third quarterback of the game.
Yeah, changing it up a little bit here, but we'll wait and get. It's okay. We'll.
Here's the pass.
Yeah.
I'll let you know what happens with the extra point. Here's the extra point. Kick is up and through the left side of the uprights. It is good. And so after the fumble, Cuero in one play scores on a touchdown pass.
Yeah, here's that pass as Walker Deep gets it. And I don't know if we have the, we'll show them the field goal as well, or the extra point.
So Hank, we outlined what we needed to happen for the Panthers, and this is the opposite of what we need to get this scripted better.
Yeah. For the Panthers, you mentioned it, and you were the one about the keys, and we all know turnovers are just killers. I mean, they can be. Here's that extra point that we missed earlier.
Just the left side right there.
I thought it was no good from here until the official says
Scott Norwood that thing a little bit over, right?
Right. Okay. So now we're getting ready. We're now live, and the Panthers, just take care of the ball is really it. And what I was going to say is that's the great equalizer, but it's also, a turnover can really, really hurt you.
Linden with a line drive kick, and that was Matt Villanueva, who plays baseball, with a nice return and a good run there.
We've got to have a big.
No joke. Villanueva looks like he caught a line drive at third, then runs about 15 yards with it.
Yeah. I mean, and what he does is he sets up his blockers instead of coming out here to the outside. And there was a ton of Cuero Gobblers on that side, on their right side, the Panthers' left side, and Villanueva took and loops out to the right to the center of the field and makes big yardage. Great job.
Good field position for the Panthers. They need a long drive here. J.J. Waz gets wrapped up at his ankles, gets back to the original line of scrimmage, and picks up a yard for the Panthers. 7:55 remain first quarter, 2nd and 9.
We didn't even really have a chance, but here's the starting defense for the Cuero Gobblers.
Hayden Connor there holds down the middle. Barrett Smith, Jace Gamez, we talked about him earlier, over 100 tackles so far this season. Aiden Strecker's another one that's in the 80s on tackles. Cohen Blunt brings in the play, delivers to Peyton Helford.
And there's a QR code up there if you want to donate to the Navarro Broadcasting Club. The students here are the ones putting this together.
Helford under center. We have whistles.
Yeah, I think the whole offensive line is set up differently. There's formations where you have strong tackles and you have your strong tackles or strong side and a quick side. Panthers changed that up, but also Cuero did the same thing. They moved their entire defense. They flipped it with the Panthers offense. So Coach Blunt wanted to talk about that a little bit.
So timeout Panthers.
Yeah, we could take one quick break and then we could come back. So let's take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Panthers had a timeout after the 1st and 10, now 2nd and 9 for the Panthers. They trail 14-0, 7:14 left here in the first quarter in the area championship round. Round 2 of the playoff, Division 4A.
Yeah, and the play clock was kind of running down a little bit on them as well.
Cohen Blunt, first carry of the game, breaks one tackle, gets out near the 50-yard line.
Oh, nice.
We'll see where
run.
they spot him. A little bit of a scrum there at the end. To the 49-yard line. The locomotive has just pulled out of the station. 3rd down and about 3 here for the Panthers.
Yeah, and that's the kind of stuff we need to see from the Panthers, is getting that, 4
yards,
5, and with the Cuero right now being behind by 2 scores, you're probably going to need to up that. Yeah.
My coach in high school, 3 yards in a cloud of dust. This is J.J. Walls, left side, first down yardage and barely more before he's pushed back. Gets to the Cuero, 40. We'll call it the 45.5-yard line. First down Panthers.
And here's where I'd love to see the Panthers go a little bit tempo. And if we could get to the line of scrimmage, get ready to go. It looks like the Panthers are trying to run.
I think you're. Oh, I thought they were about to line up there, Hank. I thought they were speaking your language.
And we used to see that with the farmer coach Les Goad. They would call it NASCAR, and that's kind of a common term that's been used for up tempo. And they would run a NASCAR and just to throw teams off.
3 setbacks for the Panthers in motion. Trotty. This will be Blunt up the middle again. He gets 4 or 5 before getting turned backwards. Down to around the 41-yard line. A pickup of about 5 for the Panthers.
Nice yardage up front. I think the Panthers, if they can continue getting a little push up front, as soon as the ball is snapped, the Panthers seem to be firing off the ball very well. And then that quick hitter with Blunt is working, I think, very well.
So far, finding a soft spot up the middle against Cuero. Out wide for the Panthers is Colt Brown. He's at the top of your screen. Blunt and Walls in the backfield. This will be Helford on the right side. Breaks one tackle, now down to around the 35, and I think he has the first down by a yard.
Yep, that's a first down, Panthers. And Helford, instead of looking to cut it way outside, and this is what the slot team, teaches you, is taking and use that jab step, plant that foot, and then turn it up and cut it up, and that's exactly what you see Helford did there.
Galini brings in the play. Here are our cheerleaders there with our crowd mic. Well sounded. Here we go. Helford to pass. Throws to his left. Throws with his left side. He's got Galini just a little high down the field. Galini was open.
Yeah, Galini had a step, and if that ball just a little further inside, I tell you, the Panthers, Colt Brown, probably reels that in, but it was just a little too far to the outside. But nice play with the left side. I like changing this up. I like what I saw. It just didn't connect on that play. But again, we talked about that before with Scott Kibbe. And in different games, it's like, there's some games where if they just connect, they're so close, this Panther team. If they could put it together right now.
That's a great example right there. This is Trotty, left side. Push back. He's met by number 26, Jason Gamez. You've heard that before. Gamez is claiming something. Or they got arms up. I guess the Gobblers thought they had picked up the ball. But
but the whistle was already blown on. Basically, the momentum was stopped. Once the momentum stopped, and they blow the play dead there.
Clock running, 4:44 remain first quarter. Cohen Blunt brings in the play. That was
Yeah, and
Caden Guerra.
So you got to play keep away here still.
Helford. Helford gets a Trotty who got back to the line of scrimmage and was not able to get much more. So 4th and 10 here for the Panthers.
Yeah, that's
key drive here. Down 14.
Yeah, that's what happens when you can't connect on a pass play for a slot T team. Put you way behind the chains. Before it's a double-edged sword. You know, you make that play, and that's a big play if you connect. But otherwise, now you put yourself behind the chains, and you've got to play a little catch-up here.
Brown at the bottom of your screen checks in with the referee, make sure he's onside. Helford roll left. Goes to Brown, goes up, and man, I do think
I don't know if we
had
had
a little
that on
contact
replay.
there before the ball got there. But
yeah,
without the flag, the ball will go over on down. See, Brown gets up, kind of looks the direction of the referee and shakes his head. I'm shaking my head too, Hank.
Yeah, here's the replay. You see goes up, and it looks like, you know, he hits him right at, I mean, it's close. You know, it's close, but right here we're going back.
So
go back
the ball,
a little more.
If we could get
go
the
back,
ball right
there.
there. See, there's contact.
Yeah, there's contact there.
I know you can't throw a red flag on that. I know,
right.
I know. Not yet, at least.
Hey, good replay. Good job, Jordan.
Yeah, well done in our replay booth. Our students and our sponsor, Miss Casey, helping us with that. 3:51. Gobblers have the ball back from the 35-yard line. It's a nice tackle right there, Galini. Brings down the run of the Gobblers. Galini was there, the first Panther to get there. Also assisting him on that tackle was Mason Harvey.
Yeah, and if it wasn't for Mason Harvey cleaning that up, he could have got away. And Valera is such a hard runner to bring down. And good job by Galini getting right there. At the point of impact was right at the line of scrimmage.
Morello will run it again. Derrick Henry line out to the left side, and will drag with him for a few yards is Evan Rodriguez. Rodriguez had him by the hips, and Valera drug him just a couple yards. You know, you're trying to look for comps. Really reminds me of Derrick Henry a little bit.
Yeah,
not as big, but the way he runs up high and runs strong.
Yeah, runs very strong. Panthers have to get him low and take him down.
3rd and 3. Panthers shifting the defense around a little bit. 2 wide out to the top of your screen, 1 wide out at the bottom. We'll hand off again. Here comes Varela. First down, now past the 50, inside Panther territory to the 49. Gobblers get another first down.
Now, we saw shifting with the quarterback, but we talked to somebody from the Victoria Advocate, and they informed us that, you know, that you have a player, Jackson Murray, that has been injured for a time, and he's coming in playing quarterback. Hadn't played quarterback for a little bit for the Gobblers.
And on his first pass, tries for a touchdown. And he'll pass again here. Has time. Steps up in the pocket. He's got a man. It's draw. Boy, it's off the fingertips. Number 82, Tony Perez, the senior, 5'5", kicks the balls, but also he had a step on our Panther defensive backfield.
Yeah, that goes right through his hands. I don't know if we have that, but as Cuero is probably going a little hurry up, but it does go right through his hands. We'll see if we have it here right there. Yes.
2nd down from the 49.
Here we go.
Out to his left, it's a keeper, brought down after a gain of about 3 yards.
Nice
That
hit.
was Marie on the carry.
Yeah, Galini and Blunt come in and make sure right down the line and make a good hit. And that's the physicality I talked about that they have to have. That Panthers need to make those type of hits throughout this game.
This guy hasn't taken a good hit in a while. He'll remember that one in the morning.
Yeah.
Marie has his feet on the 50-yard line. Looks to the sideline after seeing what the Panthers defense is set like. Panthers with 4 defensive backs. There's the run. Valera, he's got lots of room.
Oh, man.
Out inside the 35, almost down to the 30-yard line. He broke through that offensive line very easily.
Oh, man, Panthers can get, if they can get all the stops at once, not just here and there. They're doing at times they look really good on defense, but then, letting something like that happen, you got to limit those big plays. And they were doing that for the most part, except for that big long pass. And Now they've got to do it again.
Read the pass, throws again. Right there's Walker Dietz at the 20. Down at the 15-yard line on the tackle is Montgomery Elder.
I want to tell you what, though. Marie is the real deal here. You know, when you see him go back to throw the ball, he's not barely getting it to the player. He's not.
It's on a line.
Yeah, I mean, it's racked to it. Like,
and you saw that. You saw that. Dietz broke in, and the ball was right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and a good timing play for them. But he's the real deal, folks.
Read a pass. It's to his left. Under pressure now. It's a screen. And right there's Valera. He's at the 5. Dances a little bit at the 3 and goes in the end zone for the touchdown for the Gobblers.
Yeah, if we see this one again real quick, we show that, you know, the defense does come in, they suck in here, and then they pulled out, and they just found Valera, you know, wide open on that. He had hardly any resistance. Good on the sideline.
Ethan
nice.
Borchardt dancing with him for a second there at the 3-yard line. With the extra point, here's Tony Perez and the Gobblers. Kick is up, almost blocked. Kick is good. With a good shot at that block. We'll get a number here for you guys at home. Colt Brown almost had his hands on that. Go all the way. The catcher also for the Panthers last year. 44 seconds remain in the first quarter. The Gobblers are up 20-0. The area championship's on the line. We'll take a break here on the Navarro Panther Network.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate! Back from Floresville High School, Floresville, Texas, the area championship. Gobblers out to a 21-0 lead with 44 seconds remaining.
Man.
Yeah, I know, I hear you, Hank. In the first quarter. Kicking it away. It's a little short stub kick. Panthers covered up at the 40-yard line. That is Corbin Hannibal with the hands there.
Yeah, I don't, you know, that was a weird kick, don't you think? You know,
I don't think that was planned.
Yeah, I was like, that was very odd.
I think Linian on his 4th kickoff here, that looked like his was off a little bit. The footing was off.
Well,
something was weird.
Maybe after 83 points from their game last week against La Feria, you know, he might be a little worn out.
I would take it out of my leg.
Goodness gracious.
Panthers take over from the 40-yard line. Good field position for the Panthers. I'd like to put together a little 5-6 minute drive here and put some points on the board.
Yeah, a score here gets you back in the game.
It really does. You score here, get a stop, you're in position to make some things happen.
That's right.
Helford under center. This is Cohen Blunt, right side. Bounces off one tackle and gets 2 more yards before being pushed back to the original line of scrimmage, but forward progress will count for about 3 yards for the Panthers. And if the Panthers play this right, they will probably get one more play off. They could let the clock run down here in the first quarter.
Yeah, and you know, they're in a position 3 scores down, though. You can't play, you know, yeah, I mean, you can take this time out here. I mean, this breaking the action for the quarter change. But, I mean, you got to come up. I think you need to change it up a little bit as far as tempo goes. Get things moving.
So start that NASCAR, like you said.
It's a little. It's you know, there's a little. You need to have a little sense of urgency, is my feeling here. But you don't want to take yourself so far out of what you normally do either. So
you got time. You don't have to do that yet. Right. I agree. We're at the end of the first quarter. Panthers trail 20-0 here in the area championship against Cuero. The Navarro Panther Network will continue in a moment.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
Welcome back to Floresville, Texas. Floresville High School side of the area round playoffs, round 2 between the Gobblers and the Panthers. Both teams wins last week, obviously, to be at this point. There's our cheerleaders. You can actually see up in the broadcast booth a little bit.
Yeah.
I was looking down. So Helford will keep this on the other side, and he is thrown down at the 40-yard line very quickly by the Gobblers.
Yeah.
A good fake. I was watching Dylan Trotty over here on the left side, but Helford on the keeper.
Yeah, Connor Kabesh is the first man there to make that tackle, and the only man really that makes the tackle for Cuero. And yeah, I think that's good discipline on Cuero's part to stay at home and not to go for that fake. And so, you know, you can tell they've watched a lot of video. I still like to say film, but yeah, it's not film anymore.
I like the old vintage look there, Hank. Let's roll with that. Third down, Panthers, third and about 10. Helford. Oh, it's a run. There we go in the middle. It looks like Cohen Blunt, after he's pushed behind the line of scrimmage, gets about 2 yards for the Panthers. So 4th and 8 coming up. You need this drive.
Yeah, the Panthers take and run that play. So now they're going to go ahead and punt the ball here and try to get it deep into Cuero territory.
Well, I'd like to give them the worst starting position they've had all night.
You do not kick it to the return man, Braden Hernandez. Braden Hernandez is he's that elusive. We saw him go in for a score earlier tonight, and he is very elusive and very hard to bring down. So we got a timeout on the field here.
Looks like the Gobblers will take a timeout. Real quick, let's recap that first quarter for you. During this timeout, Cuero got the ball first. They went down and scored on their first possession and take a 7-0 lead. Navarro on their first possession of the night fumbled on the first play, which led Cuero on their first play with the ball back at 8:09 in the first quarter, scored on a touchdown pass, and had a 14-0 lead. Navarro on the next drive drove down the field, got about 30, 40 yards on the drive, and then turned it over on downs. And then Cuero, with about a minute left in the first quarter, scored another touchdown on a screen. And that's how we have a 21-0 game so far, and the Panthers are facing 4th and 8 here in the second quarter.
All right, well, the Panthers need to, play defense now and just, try to create a turnover.
Kicking it away is Helford. Good punt. This will hit around the 23-yard line and roll. Takes the Panthers bounce first, and then bounces back the Cuero way at around the 21-yard line, where the hacky sack is thrown by the referee, and the Panthers will go back on defense against the Gobblers, down 21-0.
Yeah, the Panthers got to make a stop. There's no doubt.
This is the worst starting field position of the night for Cuero, so you're giving them the long field, Hank.
Right.
So you're going to really make them move the ball down the field.
Yeah, now I do have to say that we need to give a big shout out to Dustin. He's usually one of our helpers here.
Yeah.
So he can't make it here tonight. He's out in Dallas with his family, and I'll go over that here in a little bit.
We miss him. Valera on the carry. Look out. He's got some room. Breaks 2 tackles and is off to the house. At the 20, the 10, touchdown Gobblers.
Yeah, and touchdown Gobblers, and that will be a 79-yard run. Yep.
Yes, it is.
A 79-yard touchdown of the Gobblers. So, yeah, we want to make sure that let's give a shout out to Dustin, because he's helped us set up so many times and help with the trail, everything. So he's been my right-hand man, my nephew.
And Lance isn't here tonight.
Yeah, right. And Lance, we got to give a big shout out to Lance. I mean, great job by Lance as a play-by-play. He's never done it before, and I thought he did a great job.
Angel Hernandez, kick is up, kick is good, splits the uprights, and with 10:25 remaining in the second quarter, the Gobblers lead 28-0. Navarro Panther football will continue in a moment.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
Welcome back to Floresville, Texas. Floresville High School Panthers trail 28-0 in the second quarter. We have 10:25 left to go before half. So far, all Gobblers. Panthers will look to turn that around here on this drive. Another line drive kick by the Gobblers. This is taken from the 15-yard line out to the 30. Good return for the Panthers.
I think it was Evan Rodriguez takes the ball.
I was trying to get that number.
Yeah.
It is. Evan Rodriguez, the junior defensive back on the return.
Yeah, and then his daughter, Addison, a student at Navarro.
Yes.
She's a first grader at Navarro. She's with a group from the CFPO that has gone to Dallas, and they're going to get to do some cheering and some other things at the AT&T Stadium.
I
Yeah,
know.
that's just
How fun.
awesome. So shout out to Addison as well, and I want to wish them all the best of luck there for the Navarro Panther cheer, who got first, by the way, in their competition with the CFPO.
Look at that. Caden Guerra split at the top of your screen. And carrying that ball right there is Jesse James Waz, the senior running back. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Second down for the Panthers.
Matthew Lycan.
Coach Blunt gives the play to Braddock Galini. He will report to Mr. Helford. Panthers in the Stormtrooper white uniforms.
I'm hearing some upbeat music right there. We need some upbeat runs here.
Trying to get outside Dylan Trotty. And he's going to be pulled down behind the line of scrimmage. Number 82, Tony Perez. He's doing it offensively and then does it there defensively too.
Yeah, Perez comes in and he just seals the edge and breaks it down and then makes the attack on Trotty. Trotty had nowhere to go. It contains the edge and then and we couldn't get the seal to kick out and then the seal. And so that play was doomed from the beginning.
3rd and 14 for the Panthers. Colt Brown checks in. He's a common receiving target, had a huge catch in a district game for the Panthers. They're going to run it. That's Blunt. He's got some yards. He gets out past the 35-yard line, down to the 37. So 4th and about 2 coming up. Big run for the night for the Panthers.
Yeah, there's
there we go. There. I was looking for that. The train definitely left the station there.
Yeah, and this is you're down 4 scores. I mean, you don't have much of a choice. 4th down and 2. No matter if you're on your side of the field or not, you have to make a big play.
Passing 8:30 remaining in the second quarter. Alfred under center. In motion, Trotty. That's Blunt again. This time he's not going to get 12. Met at the line of scrimmage and pushed back just a little bit. Ball will go over on down for the second time tonight for Navarro.
Yeah, they just didn't have that push up the middle at all. And they had a big boy to try to push back from Cuero. That's number 69, Omarion Lewis, the senior. He goes, I know, well over 300 pounds. And so he stopped the middle up on that play.
Panthers still looking for the first turnover of the night from Cuero. Keep looking for that gift. 8:15 remain, first half. Pass out to Walter Dietz. Gets a block, breaks one tackle out past the 30-yard line, where he's pushed back to around the 32. Pick up around 6 on the play.
Well, I was looking for a flag, but I didn't see a flag. I thought maybe Waz had gotten the hold call on that one. But he couldn't.
The angle was weird.
Yeah.
Pushed behind the back or something.
Yeah.
Walter Dietz gets his jersey and shoulder pads back in check. 3 wideouts here for the Gobblers. Back to pass. Marie comes out to the left. This time, nice play behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Harvey.
Number 37, Mason Harvey, big time on that play. Almost wipes out the initial gain from Dietz.
Yeah. That was nice tackling. I mean, it wasn't just the fact he got in the backfield, but was able to
wrapped it up and hung on.
Yes, good fun tackle.
3rd and long, 3rd and 7 for the Gobblers. Marie to pass. Rolls to his right. Goes downfield, and if he caught it, it's probably a first down. It looks like he did.
You know, for a defense,
Walker Dietz.
For the defense, the comeback route is one of the hardest to defend. If you don't get somebody underneath that coverage, you know, that comeback route is there every single time, and that's all it was. Just roll out, have them come back, and nice little pass there to
Marie threw it where no one else could get
right.
it. There's Varela on the outside. He's done that before. He gets inside the 15-yard line to the 13 and has first down yardage once again.
Hey, missed tackles again. You know, you gotta be able to bring them down, or at least hold on long enough for the cavalry to get there. And we just couldn't do that. We do have an injured player down. Hopefully the young man's okay, and we'll take a quick break as well, and we'll be right back.
Panther football continues in a moment.
We're with Bridget, whose husband won't be home for months and whose daughter is due any day. We're with Mike, who's leaving home to protect his family and yours. We're with all service members and their families who need community, connection, and maybe a bit of magic. Are you with them? Learn more at uso.org today.
Welcome back to Floresville, Texas. Panthers trail 28-0. 6:46 remain here in the first quarter. Gobblers deep inside Panther territory. So far, each drive for the Gobblers has resulted in a touchdown. We've seen Marie throw the ball well, Valera run the ball very well. Marie looks over to the sideline. He's going to hand off to Valera again. Comes right inside the 10, and there's J.J. Walls with one hit. And there's the game tackling you're talking about, Hank. One hit, and everyone else showed up.
I mean, sometimes it's just a matter of grab cloth and hold on and, you know, go for the ride, but somebody's going to come in, the cavalry's going to come in, and they're going to rescue you. And so that time the Panthers did it, you know, and now Panthers just, like I said, they got to be more physical and you know, 28-0. Yeah, that's a tall mountain to climb right now. But Panthers make a big stop, change that momentum, things can happen.
Knock the Gobblers off their pace. Marie to the end zone, looking for Walter Dietz. Is incomplete. Good coverage there.
Yeah, I thought
by J.J. Waz.
Yeah, and I thought it was already out of, you know, there's just no way you could catch it. It was uncatchable to begin with. But
Waz did a real good job of his alignment on that, if you will.
Yeah, positioning.
Yeah, his positioning was great. Dietz could not come inside on the play.
Right.
Waz was able to maintain that inside leverage.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it was, and you hit on it, leverage. Oh, nice shot here.
Marie, there's our sideline cam again. Marie's going to keep this. He comes to the right, gets inside the 10, and hit at the 3, rolls in the end zone. Touchdown, Gobblers.
Oh, my goodness.
Touchdown run for Jackson Marie.
Jackson Marie with 6:28 remaining.
Yeah, that's just quarterback.
The second quarter.
Quarterback looking for his lineman to get a hat on a hat, zone blocking, and you all know basically what side he's running to, and they're trying to down block, but take the guy, not necessarily just right in front of you. You're taking a guy to your left, so your left zone on the line, and you're going down to the left, and you're making that block.
Extra point attempt is up. It looks good from here, and it is good. The operation is clean with 6:28 remaining in the first half. Panthers trail 35-0 in the area championship. And Navarro Panther football will continue in a moment.
The next big thing.
Find your perfect self and follow your dreams.
My dreams weren't going so well. For some reason, life was feeling dark and I couldn't snap out of it. All I needed was a little support and a few new ideas. YourLifeYourVoice.org helped me get my life back on track. I can take it from here.
Cuero to kick off. They leave 35-0 for Floresville, Texas. And a line drive kicks taken at the 18-yard line by Dylan Trotty. Gets out to the 30-yard line before being pushed out of bounds.
2-yard line.
Yeah, Dylan.
So Hank, let's start talking about this a little bit, and hopefully things can turn around here for the Panthers. But
35-0.
You're talking about Sinton. You're talking about Wimberley. Look at Cuero tonight.
Yeah.
These are 3 stacked teams. Only one can get out of this region.
Yeah, I know. And if Cuero would have been in Region 3, I mean, they still would have had it tough. You got the Silsbees, Belleville, West Orange, Stark. You got those teams that are normally in it. But Cuero coming back to Region 4. They were in Region 3 and coming back. So, yeah, they're one of the top 3. They have to get past Wimberley, though.
Cohen Blunt with the carry. He's hit and then rolls out for about a 4-yard gain for the Panthers. Second down coming up.
And I'd have to talk to Scott Kibbe, but I believe I think it's been since 2012 that only 3 teams have come out of Region 4. Wimberley, Cuero, and Navarro. Now, Sinton had before that, but any time after that, it has been Cuero, Wimberley, or Navarro.
2nd and 7. Trotty gets outside on the dump pass. Out to the 50-yard line. Nice run by Trotty. Biggest play of the game for the Panthers. Goes for about 20 yards. First down, Navarro. Watch this little pass here. Nice. See how Trotty can get outside there when he gets that jump start?
Yeah, and a nice little shimmy. If you see with his, he had that shoulder shake. You know, I say a shimmy. He shimmies, fakes that inside, and then goes outside, and then just about, gets a really big gain, but he's still a nice gain. We'll take that any day of the week.
Trotty and Brown at the bottom of your screen. Handoff Blunt. He's met real quickly. Number 19, Landon Pellot is there, the junior, 6'4". Blunt never really goes to the ground, but the whistles blow his momentum to an end.
Yeah, and
picks up about half a yard.
Yeah, right now, for pride's sake, at least the Panthers have to keep this moving. Now, anything can happen. We've seen, teams come back from, large deficit. We've even seen the Panthers come back from a 28-point deficit before.
That wasn't too long ago. I was here for that.
So, those can happen.
2nd and a long 9. This is Trotty trying to get outside. Hangs onto the ball. Oh. Almost lost it in the backfield there. Crosses midfield to the 48-yard line. The Gobbler 48. 3rd and 7 for the Panthers.
He had an alley. He just got tripped up. I think if he doesn't get tripped up, he has a first down at the very least.
Easily. If it wasn't for that step, keep the ball in place.
Green turf in front of him.
Green jerseys and green turf. That's right. There you go. Colt Brown brings in the play.
Green. Oh, goodness. Our biggest nemesis back in the 80s was Marion, so they were
another green.
Also, yeah.
Lots of mean green tonight. It kind of turns my stomach a little bit. Yeah. In motion is Waz. Tries to get outside. Cuts upfield. He has a first down and more inside the 40-yard line. Panthers finding a little room on the outside of the Gobbler defense there. Colt Brown come to the sideline. Braddock Galini gets the play from head coach Rob Blunt. Oh, let's get the play right. Let's make sure we got that. There we go. There we go. That's the one we want.
Yeah, so it's going to bring up a 1st and 10 here for the Panthers.
From the 39.
Yeah, the 39. Now, this is their, am I right? This is their deepest penetration into.
We got real close to this on one drive, and it's about where we lost our momentum. Toss coming right. That's Cohen Blunt on a toss. Oh, he's looking to throw the ball. Past the 40. He'll throw it now. Goes to Colt Brown. It's tipped and knocked away. Defending it was Josiah Taylor, for the Gobblers. Colt had a play on it.
Yeah, that was on a wing and a prayer there because, me personally, it's like, okay, you're out there. Either you're going to get tackled on the backfield or not. And he was well covered, for the most part. But still, he had an opportunity to make the catch, but I would have thrown it away. I would have done it.
Cohen had a choice there.
Yeah.
He could have gone a couple yards on that and decided to go for the big play.
I don't know if he would have got, more than a couple yards. So I don't, hey, but you know what? So at this point, 35-0, why not?
3:49 left. There's Blunt again. He throws it. Now he runs it inside to the 35-yard line, 3rd down coming up for the Panthers.
Yeah, let's see if the Panthers can make a run. I mean, this is more, more about right now pride. Like I said before, And, you know, the Panthers, you know, can move the ball. It's just they've got to be able to do it, you know, and get it in the end zone and on a consistent basis. So it brings up a 3rd down and about 6, I think, here.
In motion, Waz. It'll be Waz around the corner. He's got a blocker out front. Waz gets inside the 30. He is probably a yard or 2 short, and a flag comes in late.
Yeah, I think that's going to go as, you know, unnecessary roughness as a personal foul. Oh,
yeah,
and then,
the head referee was pushing Guerra away, and now a flag comes following Guerra, and so I think we may have offsetting.
Yeah, we may have offsetting, or, you know, if Guerra gets 2 on him, that he's out of the game. If Guerra gets 2, but we hope it's not. Let's see what this is. I'm trying to get the white hat there. Good job by our camera crew.
Charles Derrick is going to sort this out with his crew here. We know how we have a penalty after the play, presumably against the Panthers at this point.
Yeah, we're on the visitor side. That's why the official isn't facing us, so if anybody wanted to know. He faces the home side, so.
Flag at the 34, so there's something
looks like
against
a
the Panthers,
holding.
hold against the Panthers, and then awaiting the 2nd flag.
If that's a dead ball foul, that's why the hands up. Unsportsmanlike conduct goes against the Panthers.
So, Hank, what worries me here is that you may get both of them charged against you if one was during the play and one was after.
That's correct. So it's stacked, and this is going to bring up, but it's still, you replay the down if you accept that a hold, and you're going to replay the down, so you're going to look at 25 yards
There's 10 yards in the hold right there.
Right. You're going to look about 25 yards, and you got to remember that hold is a spot foul up to the line of scrimmage. So even if it's down the field, it could be a little less. But if it's behind the line of scrimmage, they'll take it from the line of scrimmage.
Cuero is still talking to the side judge about exactly what they want to do here with these penalties.
So I think, you know, he might, you know, Coach, I always get it wrong, but it's is it Fikek? He may say, okay, we'll decline the hold. We know
take the personal foul. Well, that may be what we're doing now. The ball is now going back up, so we may maybe remarking.
Yeah,
off
I think they're going to take the 15-yard. Yeah, the unsportsmanlike conduct they decline the hold.
No. I mean, yes, I'm biased here. I'm the principal of Navarro High School, but if I'm Cuero, I don't know why I'm taking the 10. I need the 15-yarder, you know, against my opponent.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it could have been stacked, but so that's it. So
well, I'm glad it's just one. 3rd and about 20 coming up for the Panthers.
Yeah, maybe 21, depending on where it's marked at. All right. Oh no, that's right. Since they only took that's why you decline it. You take the down.
That's exactly why you do that. You probably still could have stacked it, but you decline it, like you said. Now it's 4th and about 20. From the 49-yard line, the referee is still talking right now to the Panthers on the field. You know, I don't know. This is a lot of conversation for referee to player.
Yeah, especially Colin Blunt.
So the game clock has been started again. So we're 3:05 remaining in the 2nd quarter. Now timeout probably come from Navarro. And we'll take one ourselves. The Panthers are coming up on 4th and 20. We'll be right back on the Navarro Panther Network.
Set the bar high and just go for it. You are destined for greatness.
Is it my imagination? Or is everyone telling me I'm already the next big thing?
Find your perfect self and follow your dreams.
My dreams weren't going so well. For some reason, life was feeling dark and I couldn't snap out of it. All I needed was a little support and a few new ideas. YourLifeYourVoice.org helped me get my life back on track. I can take it from here.
Panthers trail 35.
Set the bar high and just go for it.
Panthers taking on Cuero in the 2nd round of the playoffs. And Hank, we are looking now for a historic night if we can, somewhere or another, for the Panthers to find a way back into this thing.
Right.
And they have faced 4th and 20 right now coming up on this drive. Couple of penalties have pushed them back. Looks like Dylan Trotty is your Panther at the bottom of the screen. Colt Brown at the top. And it looks like the Panthers are going to punt.
Yeah, I mean, with Helford can throw the ball. So, I mean,
don't count it out.
Yeah.
It'd be a long fake here, though.
Yeah, but, I mean, what do you got to lose, right?
And it is a fake. Cohen Blunt's going to throw down the left side. One-on-one coverage. Colt Brown's there. Inside the 20-yard line. First down, Panthers. Look out.
Wow. Wow, what a big play.
All right, there's your momentum shift. Let's hope it plays for a lot.
See if we got that on the replay.
Inside the 20-yard line. Colt Brown with another big catch.
Oh. Yeah, even faked out the camera.
And there, we're going to see the catcher in a second. There's Colt right there inside the 20. So Panthers will take over.
I don't know if we have
this
that
is at
on
the
sideline.
17-yard line. If you could get a score here, Hank.
Yeah, we need to get a score.
Helford, he gives the ball to number 30. That's Dylan Hampton on the carry.
Yeah, we haven't seen Hampton carry the ball at all, I don't think, this year. Here's that replay of the sideline cam with the catch of Colt Brown.
Cole with the throw. Colt Brown's going to be in the bottom right corner of your screen. There he is.
Yeah,
what
right
a catch.
there. Yeah.
Goes up, takes the ball at the highest point. A good inside leverage there too, Hank.
Yeah.
He gets in front of the defender.
Yeah, I thought there was a lot of contact there by the defender, having the hands on him and turn around, never look back at the ball. And I thought it could have been called pass interference as well.
Passing 2 minutes left in the first half. It's Colin Brown up the middle. Blunt gets a few yards. Gets down to about the 10-yard line. I thought he had the 9, but he's marked at the 10.
Yeah, now I see that little feistiness that you wanted to see from the Panthers early on. Now that, they might be getting pushed around a little bit here or there on the scoreboard, but not necessarily on the field. They're pushing right back.
Third down and about 4.
Oh.
And it's intercepted, and he's got room to run. Look out. On his way to one of the longest interceptions returned probably in Cuero history is Tony Perez. And there is a flag at the 8-yard line. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, it's going to come back. And it was so clear. I think we might even have that on replay.
Why would you even put your hands on a guy that far down the field?
He's already behind the defense. You don't touch anybody.
No.
We did youth football. We even said that once the running back's behind or the receiver is behind the defense.
Again, I'm biased, but, man, his teammate just took away something from that guy.
Yeah, there's the
interception.
There's the replay. There's the interception. We're going to look for that pushing the back down further down the field. Keep going. It's well towards the end.
Camera 1 has done a good job to stay with this. Look at this. Well done, camera 1.
Yeah, right here we can slow it down.
And right here, there's the block in the back.
Right there. He extends his hands and everything. So, and Blunt might have helped out with that a little bit. I think he,
Well, hey, there's a way to sell that.
Yeah, he sells it a little bit. But there was, you could see, even in this replay, you can see the extension. Are we coming all the way back, though?
We are.
To the... Wait, there was another
Maybe
flag.
there's another flag. There you go, Hank.
Wow.
So
we're
focused on that
here,
one and taking away a little glory from Perez there. All right, so Gobblers take over, 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. 1:12 remaining here in the first half.
So, yes, 1st and 10.
And that is, you've heard this before, Valero on the carry. Breaks 1 tackle, keeps his feet, and gets out to around the 35-yard line, about a 5-yard gain. 2nd down and about 4 or 5 coming up for the Gobblers, who go to the line quick. They know they have 53 seconds, 52 now. They have 2 timeouts, and I think they're going to use one of them now.
Yeah. Oh, man. The Panthers had a chance, there. Oh, man. What could go wrong tonight has gone wrong for the Panthers. And, I mean, and obviously a lot has to do with Cuero. And Cuero is really
being the team
play.
they are.
Yeah, being the team they are right now. This one of the down years. But we've seen Wimberley in those positions before where Wimberley had those down years and they're still with the same coach. And look where they're at now. So, it's not always about, some people will say, oh, it's the coach, it's a coach. But when you look at teams like Wimberley, you look at Cuero, Cuero's had down years, you know, and so it's not that you see that every year, and that's why you look at, even though in high school it's not necessarily rebuilding, but you reboot, you know. And
so I got to coach college baseball for 12 years, and so I got to recruit players, right?
Right.
High school coaches have to work with what they have and build on that.
That's
so I give a lot
right.
of credit to them. No matter what your program is going to go through up and downs. It's what you do with them during that time. How far can you grow a player?
That's right, and that's why I talk about reboot. It's not about recruiting. It's about working with what you have and moving forward.
That's not Marie that time. That's Gerardo.
Yeah, that's who we thought we were going to see tonight, and which he did start early on.
Had the first drive.
And so then we see.
And we saw Marie's ability to throw.
Yeah, and so now what are we looking at, 3rd and 5, and the Panthers right now, you know, putting pressure on the quarterback. Hey, this is exactly what we'd like to see and continue to see.
And he's still Guajardo in there. Deeks is looking in, trying to figure out what play is being ran. Guajardo rolls out, steps up in the pocket. Goes long, he's looking for a man. It's incomplete over the left shoulder of Braden Hernandez. I think Braden wanted it on the right side, and it came over on his left.
But still not a bad throw, because it literally hits his hands. And so Braden could have pulled that one in, but that's a hard catch to make,
especially over the shoulder
and over your head. You have to look basically upside down.
Baseball and Willie Mays. You know, that would be a tough one. So 40 seconds left and 4th down. Gobblers appear to be putting the ball away.
Yeah, well, hey, a small victory here. Get the stop.
You're going to get a stop.
And maybe get a chance to score with only 40 seconds remaining here.
Good kick. Fair catch by Colt Brown. Acts like he's going to catch it.
Oh,
Ball's still rolling,
goodness.
man. Rolls about 10 yards, then goes out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Panthers are going to have 32 seconds and 85 yards to go with no timeouts.
Yeah, rolls down the sideline, doesn't even go out of bounds, and it's like, oh, to make, you know, the matters worse for the Panthers. Jeez.
Add a little salt to that one.
Oh, man.
So at halftime, we will have our Navarro band. Scott Kibbe will join us.
There's our sideline cam, walking amongst the players.
So Panthers take over from the 15, 32 seconds left. Maybe you can break one for a few yards here, Hank. And they'll go up the middle. Cohen Blunt, he's met and around the 15-yard line. It looks like he'll lose 1 yard.
Yeah, it's luckily he even got the it's even lucky he got the ball, because he's hit as soon as he gets the ball. And I think that was number 60 in the backfield for the Cuero Gobblers, Kason Roy, the senior.
We have some whistles here. I'm trying to figure out if there's a timeout. There's a discussion down there with the referee. Hank, I don't see a flag.
Yeah,
I do now.
Yeah,
I see one at the 25-yard line.
And there was a little pushing and shoving again, so I don't know if that's going to be any kind of unsportsmanlike conduct, or if there was some. It looks like it's going against the Panthers, as the Panthers already going back.
I would still put it on the sportsmanship side, but I got to tell you, there's not much of a love loss in this rivalry. Right?
No, not at all. The Panthers do not like the Gobblers, and the Gobblers do not like the Panthers. I mean, that's just, and it's kind of the same way with Wimberley, and you know, when you look at it, it's like,
Lavernia,
Lavernia. I mean,
these are the teams you like. You want to face them. You know, you want to
Oh,
play
yeah,
these
you
guys.
wanna-
You want to lay a good hit on a Gobbler.
To be the best, you got to play the best and beat the best. You know.
So half the distance to the goal line is the penalty. Panthers are now back on the 8-yard line. 24 seconds left here in the half. And we'll have a
Quick
second
discussion
down, and this is at least 16 or 17. The scoreboard doesn't have the down and distance, so we're gauging it as best we can. 20 seconds left, clock running. Up the middle again, Dylan Trotty. Loses the ball. Has 20 yards on the carry. The Gobblers have it at the 25.
Got to protect the ball. I mean, go back to fundamentals. Coach Blunt had talked about getting back to fundamentals, and sometimes it's just about holding on to the ball and holding it right way. But also credit to the Gobblers. I don't know if we have that on replay, but if we can go back to that, see if it was punched out or
Gobblers
not.
have done a lot of work on pulling that ball out. They have now 10 seconds left and 2 timeouts at the 25-yard line, and they're up 35.
Yeah, so it's first and 10 for the Gobblers here as they look to try to go with, like you said, 10 seconds. I think, they'll take the short pass.
Guajardo back. He's going to the end zone, looking for Dietz. Dietz is there. It looks like he's got it if there's no flags. It's a touchdown for the Gobblers. Dietz crosses his arm in the end zone.
25-yard touchdown throw,
Yeah.
number 12.
Second time tonight, 1 play, 1 score.
And, man, like I said, this was a play that, and it was Marie that, I believe, threw the ball, wasn't it? No, it was Guajardo. But he puts it in a place where basically once Walker Dietz makes that turn, and to be honest, Waz wasn't in that bad of a position.
It's like we had a little jump over there on one side. The kick is up, and it is good. There is a flag. We'll see if this is against Navarro or Cuero.
Yeah, another flag. This was pretty clean early on, and then, so
offsides against Navarro, it'll be declined, and we have 5 seconds left for our kickoff. There's the QR code. Don't forget, if you want to make a donation to the Broadcast Club, let me tell you, that has gone toward some equipment. That has gone toward feeding these kids that they turn out every Friday night for us. And tonight they even had pizza. They really enjoyed that, let me tell you that.
Yeah.
Between our catering at our school with our chicken sandwiches and the pizza, this is a well-fed crew. We really thank these kids for coming out every Friday night. Miss Casey, our sponsor.
Yeah, it's been fun. I don't know if we have a shot of the production trailer there with Jordan. At least I think it was Jordan and Miss Casey there.
Yeah, we're gonna see you guys in a second. We appreciate that.
We have our producer in our ears, our director, Miss Casey. So she's telling us, just give me a second on that one.
Linian will kick this off. 5 seconds left here in the first half. There they
are.
are. There's Jordan. Hi, Miss Casey. How you doing?
Yeah.
Short kick. Off his hands. And off the hands of Alex Leckwald. I believe he covers the ball. He does. And there's 3 seconds left here in the first half. 42-0 Gobblers on top.
Yeah, and the Panthers are, are fighting, and they just can't, seem to get that momentum we had. We thought we had it after that fake punt. What a beautiful job,
Great, and Colt Brown, good pass from Blunt.
And like I said, he was a lot of contact there, but he's still able to go up and get the ball. But, those are just few and far between. We need a lot more of those kind of plays, and the Panthers haven't been able to do that. It's been the Cuero Gobblers thus far.
Helford comes out 3 wide for the Panthers at the bottom of the screen. That's the snap will go to Blunt. He has a little time, steps up, shoulder fake on the run, rolls to the right, throws downfield, and it goes incomplete, and we are at the end of the first half of play. 42 points for the Gobblers. Done so far for the Panthers. We'll take a break. We'll come back with our Navarro band. We'll be followed by the halftime show. Panthers trail in the area championship 42-0. Navarro Panther football will continue in a moment.
We're with Bridget, whose husband won't be home for months, and whose daughter is due any day. We're with Mike, who's leaving home to protect his family and yours. We're with all service members and their families who need community, connection, and maybe a bit of magic. Are you with them? Learn more at uso.org today.
the innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Be great.
Participate! Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
We're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
My kid heard that solo!
You say my kid?
Yeah!
Come on!
Tonight's performance will be a skirt routine to Land of 1,000 Dances. We hope you enjoy the show. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome to the field the grandest band in the land, the Purple Pride Panther Marching Band. The band is under the field direction of senior drum majors Sophia Castillo, Gabrielle Sossenhagen, and Bryce Percher. This evening, the award-winning Panther Band will be performing a standstill portion of their 2024 UIL marching show entitled Worlds of Heart, featuring the music of Dvorak and Journey. Then, they'll finish up with a band favorite, Feliz Navidad, to get you in the holiday spirit. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. The directors of the Panther Band are Raymond Parker and Israel Robledo. Percussion director is Michael Hollebeck. Guard staff is Morgan Bledsoe and Jenna Townsend. Junior high director is Dana Parker.
Welcome back to Floresville, Texas, area playoff round. Panthers are trailing 42-0 here at halftime. You hear the Navarro Panther Band went to area this year.
Yeah.
Playing our fight song as they march off.
Always the band is just awesome here.
They did most of their show, but ended it with Feliz Navidad tonight.
Yeah.
Trying to put everyone in that Christmas spirit a little before Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Thanksgiving right around the corner. You know, the old school is on now, Thanksgiving break.
Yes,
right?
we are.
Yeah.
We got off about 2 o'clock today. Hit the road about 4 for Floresville. And looks like a lot of turkey this upcoming week. Chance for everyone to catch their breath before that 3-week sprint from Thanksgiving to the end of the first semester.
Well, let's talk about the stats. Not that I really want to, but
let's welcome in Scott Kibbe. Scott Kibbe just delivers the facts, sir.
Okay.
Let's just go down them, okay?
Some nights the stat man is very popular. Some nights not so much. We can deal with it either way.
And all you're delivering are numbers. Either way,
that's all
right?
good.
No matter what.
Tell you what's out there. So for the Panthers, 5 first downs, 24 rushes for 82 yards. They have 48 passing yards on 2 out of 7 attempts with 1 interception. 1 punt, 38 yards. 3 fumbles, lost 2. 3 penalties for 38 yards. Blunt leading the rushing, still running very hard. 11 carries, 41 yards. He also has for passing, he has 1 out of 3 for 32. Helford 1 out of 4 with 1 interception for 16. Brown 1 catch for 32 yards. Trotty 1 for 16. For Cuero, 13 first downs, 16 rushes for 159 yards, 152 passing yards on 11 out of 15 attempts, no interceptions. 1 penalty, 1 punt, 50 yards, no fumbles, 1 penalty for 10 yards. Varela leading the way for them, 12 carries, 145 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Marie had 10 out of 12, 134 passing for them, 2 touchdowns. Guajardo 1 for 3, 25 yards and a touchdown. Walker Dietz 6 catches, 84 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's a killer. But Walker Dietz is like, he says, yeah, I'm a Cuero Gobbler now, and I'm going to show you Panthers something because he's out there getting behind the defense. But actually, I thought the one it was pretty well covered inside leverage by Waz, but the throw was just a little better. Than the coverage, let's say, and the way Waz was on Walker Dietz when he makes that second touchdown.
Down there in that end zone on the left.
Yeah. I tell you that part of the timing of their offense, considering their quarterback has been out, is very impressive. They didn't lose anything on the timing.
Yeah.
I mean, they are just it's just on with everything tonight. You kind of hope there'd be a little bit of rust on them, get some mistakes, but it did not happen. Panthers are going to have to play just a great game, and the early fumble after 9 games without losing a fumble.
Yeah.
And then you lose it on the first play, and just the error just goes out after that.
Yeah, you had 2 fumbles and an interception, and and we're not used to seeing that at all. Is that attributed to what the Gobblers do on defense, and because we saw some of the replays, we can actually see where they're coming in and they're really trying to punch the ball out. And
they are, but the fumbles, I don't know. I have to go back and see the second one. I know the first one looked like it was just him not getting the ball right or something. But I think a little bit of it too is sometimes trying too hard to do something.
Oh yeah.
The interception was just bad decision. You just got to, it's 2nd and 3, or third and 3 at that time. But just kind of live to fight another day and maybe at least get a field goal, get on the board, but at least keep Cuero from getting the ball back. They got in a little hurry, wasn't sure why. They were in that situation.
Yeah, well, Scott, I mean, now to make this a little more interesting game, that's the best way I can put it, I guess, is like, what do the Panthers have to do?
Right, I was going to ask you, Scott, what have you seen what would you go to work on here?
What would you do?
I would just sit here and say, look, you're probably going to be getting their second team a lot. You're going to get some backups, so You've got a young team. You're going to have a lot of those guys back next year. Just play your game. I would not do anything risky. I would not do a lot of passing to let the score really get bad, because you don't want to go out with something that just just eye popping. You want to try to get some points on the board.
Yeah.
But go back to your base plays against that. You'll be going against backup. See what you can do. But just keep playing hard. I mean, I think a lot of them are still doing that. I'm still impressed to see some of them out there. But it's it is what it is right now.
Right.
You just got to make the best of it. So
in the first quarter, you had Cohen Blunt. He had a couple good carries up the middle.
Yeah.
You got Dylan Trotty on the outside a little bit there. What would you? Which one would you choose there, Scott?
I don't. It's going to a lot depend on who comes out for Cuero. There hasn't been a lot of being able to go wide on him. Trotty did have that screen pass. I think it was a good call. I'd like to see more of that. But you did have that. But I think you stick to your bread and butter, and I think try to. I think the clock is your friend.
Yes, sir.
When I look back all the way to the first series, you fumble the ball, Helford has the fumble, but you look at that though, and the next series we drive the ball on them until we try to do something with a pass or something like that, and if we just. It seems like we're like one or two plays off from being that consistent and continuing the drive, and that's the way it's gone all year with the good teams.
And we don't get the calls downfield when we're getting held and pushed. And that was one where if we'd gotten that call, that might have helped a lot. But your game plan of churning it out is just not obviously not applying anymore. But there was a way. But against a team like Cuero, I almost said something about this before the game. Our problems we've had against them is taking yourself out of the game early. We've done that on a lot of seasons. Some years we've come back and made a run.
Yeah, what year? I can remember that 2017 season.
That was at home.
That's right.
No, I mean 2017. I think a playoff game. Heroes. The first half we looked terrible, but then the second half we made a run, and we're within 2 scores. We make that next score.
Totally different game.
Yeah, it is close.
I'll even go back to the first year we played them, 2013.
Oh, God.
Just neither team could stop the other. No, that was 15.
Oh, 15.
13 was a very cold night. I want to say it was at Gustafson. And
yes,
they did. Cuero's defense was not great, but we could not stop DeAndre Hopkins for anything. But it's 51-28 in the fourth quarter. We score 2-point conversion, onside kick, 2-point conversion, and then we get the ball back with 2 minutes left at the 50-yard line, and we're going to win this game.
Yeah.
And what I always remember about that though is Coach Goat admitted to me they lost track of the downs on when they had a fourth down. Where they thought it was third, and that messed up the play call.
Yeah, because you had Ty Dorm as the quarterback in there. Because I remember us backing up to Gustafson, right? You said,
that would have been Gustafson.
Yeah. And we had to get up by the press box because the wind, and it was so cold and it was windy. I mean that day, and we were throwing the ball in that. We were slinging it. We were running it. We were doing with Ty.
And it almost out. And you think sometimes, man, I think I won that first one. I wonder how that series.
I'm sorry, we're kind of going back memory lane.
I love this. This is why we have Kiwi on here.
And when they kick the one onside kick and it goes right to the guy you don't want to go to, Hopkins, and he scores it the other way. That was the killer, I think. If that wouldn't happen, I think that was one of those that could have flipped.
Could easily, because you had it was one where you're scoring every time. You have to score each time.
Yeah.
But there were a couple series that they didn't early where they kind of stumbled a little bit.
Right.
So, but that just goes back. You just can't, against a team like this, you just can't.
That's right.
You can't let them jump on you early because they're just,
Well, Scott, we thank you for that, and we tell everybody again where they can, see your information, find you, and at the Seguin Gazette.
SeguinGazette.com. Seguin Gazette's been covering Navarro since 1971, so we'll continue to for many years.
And Scott, think about this over this next half, and we have you back in here for the post-game show. But between Wimberley, Sinton, and Cuero's impressive tonight.
Yeah.
Handicap that for us.
When we get the post-game show. Not right now. Let's do that on the post-game show.
All right.
All right. Thank you,
Scott. A little homework for you, sir.
All right.
All right, we'll take a break on the Navarro Panther Network. This will probably be a little bit of a longer break before we come back for the second half.
Yeah,
so.
we'll get a little scoring recap from you as well.
Yeah,
I think Jordan has been putting together a replay package
We will do that as we get a little closer to the beginning of the second half. It's 8 minutes and 20 seconds till the end. And for a minute, the Navarro Panther Network is going to take a break.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
My kid heard that solo!
You saying I did?
Yeah!
You are destined for greatness.
Is it my imagination? Or is everyone telling me I'm already the next big thing?
Find your perfect self and follow your dreams.
Well, my dreams weren't going so well. For some reason, life was feeling dark and I couldn't snap out of it. All I needed was a little support and a few new ideas. YourLifeYourVoice.org helped me get my life back on track. I can take it from here.
We're with Brit.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
My kid heard that solo!
You saying I did?
Yeah!
Set the bar high and just go for it. You are destined for greatness.
Is it my imagination? Or is everyone telling me I'm already the next big thing?
Find your perfect self and follow your dreams.
Well, my dreams weren't going so well. For some reason, life was feeling dark and I couldn't snap out of it. All I needed was a little support and a few new ideas. YourLifeYourVoice.org helped me get my life back on track. I can take it from here.
Welcome back to Floresville, Texas. We're about 4 minutes from the start of the second half. Panthers trail 42-0 here in the area championship round. Round 2 of the Texas high school playoffs. So those of you joining us from other places that haven't really seen a lot of high school football, you're getting a good example of it tonight. Let's recap the first half scoring drives. Cuero started the game off with the ball, and they went down and scored their first running touchdown of the night. There were 8 minutes and 27 seconds left in the first quarter after that. Navarro, yeah, we'll see if we can get some of these replays up. Navarro then got the ball back, and on the first play, they fumbled the football. Cuero recovered it. On their first play after the fumble, Cuero scored the touchdown pass to Walter Dietz, and with 8:09 left in the first quarter, the Navarro Panthers trail 14-0. Navarro then moved the ball up down the field for about 30, 40 yards, and then turned the ball over on downs. And then Cuero went back down the field on a touchdown screen there at the end of the half. Let's see what this replay is. This is going to be your touchdown after the fumble. Walter Dietz is in the end zone, beats double coverage in for the score. On their next possession, on a screen, this is the same touchdown pass to Walter Dietz. Yeah, different angle there. There's the field angle. Our field cam going to work there. After Navarro turned it over on downs, Cuero came back with a screen pass. This is a completion to Dietz later in the half. So anyway, with the screen pass, Cuero took a 21-0 lead, and that was the last possession of the first quarter. Navarro got the ball back in the second quarter, and then punted. And then Cuero on a 79-yard touchdown run took a 28-0 lead over the Panthers. And then Navarro got the ball back and turned the ball over on downs for the second time of the night. Cuero got the ball back. And then on another touchdown run with 6 minutes and 28 seconds left in the half, took a 35-0 lead. Navarro then took the ball back, and on a fourth down, completed a long pass, at least 25, 30 yards, on a fake punt, and then later threw an interception in the end zone. And that set up another possession by Cuero. Cuero then ended that possession with a punt. Navarro then, on their next possession, had a fumble. That was their third turnover of the night. Hang on a second. We want to welcome the Panthers back on the field here in the second half. The cowbells are out here
more cowbell
for the Panthers. There you go. Cuero then on their next possession scored on a touchdown pass. Stop me if you heard this before, to Walter Dietz. It was a 42-0 lead by Cuero at that point. Navarro got the ball back for about 15 seconds, and that ended the half, and that's how we're at 42-0. So, Hank, as we enter the second half, yeah, it's 42-0. But what's the message in the locker room?
Yeah, well, the message in the locker room is you keep playing. You play hard. You know, no matter what the score is, you go out and you do your best. I mean, I know that sounds cliche-ish, but, you know, that's what you do. I mean, this is football. You play it out. You know, there's good and bad things that happen, but usually good things happen if you keep working hard and, you know, don't give up. That's the biggest thing is just don't give up.
And no matter what happens, Cuero can remember how hard you fought the entire game. You never quit.
Right.
And I played high school football and just a little bit of college football. And there were some times we went and played some of these Dallas schools out of Tyler, and they were pretty good. And that was the key thing was how hard can you play the entire time.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of champions come out of there too in the 4A division, like close by Texarkana, you know, with Pleasant Grove, that area, and you know, West Orange Stark has always been a powerhouse over at Region 4, and you know, we'll see how things pan out. But right now, as you can see, we have Salado and Sinton no score because they play tomorrow at 2 o'clock.
So the Panthers met Villanueva, returns another kick about 10 yards, gets out to around the 36-yard line, and we'll have 1st and 10. So during this quarter, we're going to be bringing on some of our captains and our leaders, if you will, of our different groups. And we have our first one coming in here right now. So we'll get a headset on them in just a second. Maddie Gillum will join us in just a second, our head cheerleader. And we'll talk about many, many things she's done this semester, of which, Hank, I do believe she was a state qualifier in cross country and a head cheerleader. More on that in just a minute. Handoff Cohen Blunt comes off right side, gets about 5 yards on that carry for the Panthers. He gets out to around the 39-yard line. So really about 4 on the carry. So Joining us now is Maddie Gillum, our head cheerleader. We're going to get her sound turned up here.
Yeah, there
Every
we go.
once in a while, Maddie, I'm going to have to update what's going on the field, but you keep talking as much as you can. So welcome into the broadcast booth. Glad to have you here. Say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
Good.
There you go.
Yeah,
For
we can
cheerleader,
hear that.
that's all we get. Hi. You know, do we need
yeah.
to chant that out or something? Or?
Yeah. So Maddie, now you were you did more than one thing, let's say. So what all kind of things do you do here at Navarro? I mean, you're cheerleader. I mean, cross country running. I mean, there's more to it, right? What else do you do?
Carry by Peyton Helford there.
Basketball, softball, track, pretty much everything involved in student council, honor society.
Awesome. Now, do you think you'd have that opportunity? Let's say if you'd gone to a bigger school, a 6A school, do you think you'd have the same opportunities that you had here?
No, I don't think so at all.
Okay.
I think I would pick one sport, and it'd be really hard for me. But
So, yeah, what would you choose then, Maddie? I mean, look, like you're a state qualifier. Y'all are in regions and cheer. I mean, like, what would you choose?
I think I would choose track maybe, track or cheer out of all of them.
So this is Cohen Blunt on the carry. First down. No, it's not. Peyton Helford on the keeper, and
Oh,
he's got the
some
grass.
room.
He's got the room from the 20, the 15, the 10, almost to the house. What a carry by Peyton Helford. All right, Panthers going to have first and goal here coming up.
Awesome.
So Maddie, let's talk about competitive cheer for a second. First year for that, right? Sunday, you're at regionals. Tell me about the preparation involved with all this.
We have many practices, and it takes many hours to do what we do. And it's a lot of hard work from us cheerleaders. I mean, we come here and support all of our activities, and then we have to go and compete every Sunday almost, and it takes a lot of work for us.
So tell me a little about your routine. What was hard about it? What do you like about it?
Definitely we changed some of the fight songs, so that's kind of hard to like shift from sideline to comp. But my favorite part's probably the band chant.
Going Blunt inside the 5. Stop near the goal line. Can't punch it in on that play.
And he had a nice little lane there, though, too. I have to point out, good job by the offensive line. And his helmet comes off.
Panthers about to score here. He's going to get his helmet set up.
Well, we know he's not going to get the ball in this next play.
That is correct, sir, yes. So, Maddie, cross country, state finals, you go all the way to state. Now, I've seen you you run these 2 miles. You're running as hard as you can. What's it like there at the end? I mean, how hard have you emptied the tank?
Yeah, it's really mentally hard, but I have the passion and heart for it, so that's what pushes me to continue and finish strong all the way.
Helford to the goal line, cannot
just
punch
short.
it in, and we're going to try this again on third
Third
down
goal
for the Panthers. All right, so basketball's off to a good start. You're 3-1,
Yes.
4-1, 3-1. Okay, 3-1.
Yeah.
Chance to go to 4-1. You'll be playing tomorrow in the tournament, or
Yes,
you're here
right
tonight?
now we're 3-1 in the tournament, and
Timeout, Panthers.
hopefully securing first place tomorrow in our tournament.
Okay, so I know this is a little bit off. Look at your district. Your district was tough last year, right? You know, we in the same situation for that.
I think it'll be a little tough, but not as hard as last year because Bernie's out now. So just Wimberley and Fred.
They moved up.
Yeah.
That's awesome to
So
know.
not too bad this year, but still pretty hard.
So again, between track, softball, all these, you go track, huh? Basketball.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
When do you study?
Yeah.
This is your principal talking. I mean, when do you study?
I have a lot of time in class. I mean, I take dual credit classes, so I get them done early in the week, and then I study for my classes in person during those dual credit classes, and I get it done sometime. I don't know where, but I get it done.
Get it done. Not much sleep, probably, right?
Yeah, no.
Not much sleep. No, you're young. You don't need it. All right, Maddie, thank you for joining us this
Thank
evening.
you. Tell your
Thoroughly
mom hi
enjoyed
for
it.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell Donna hi for your mom. All right.
And
Thank you.
We're going to send you down because we're about to score a touchdown. We need you to cheer for this. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Very good. Maddie Gillum, everybody. Head cheerleader, among other things at Navarro. Helford under center. Helford to Blunt. Blunt is in. Touchdown, Panthers. Panthers on the opening drive, the second half, go down and score the touchdown. Blunt on the carry. The key play was the Helford run to put the ball inside the 10-yard line. And Colt Brown will set up for the extra point for the Panthers.
All right, so now next up, We do have somebody else coming in after, we've got this extra point, but still, we'll bring her in as well.
Yeah, we'll get this extra point, and
Yeah.
Taylor Brandon will be joining us from our Dazzler squad. So Helford with the kick. I'm sorry, Brown with the kick. It is up, splits the uprights, and it is 7-0. 7-0 for the second half, but it's 42. 7-42.
I wish it
Panthers
was
trailing.
7-0
Man, that would be,
Panthers, yeah.
that would be awesome. Taylor Brandon, excuse me, Dazzler captain joining us now. Dazzlers had a competition a couple weeks ago. It's the first time UIL has set up a competition like this with dance squads, very similar to band, where you're going to have your judges, you can get a full honest feedback, and this isn't a paid competition they were in, which they've been very successful at last year. Still doing, I'm sure, some of those in the spring. So Taylor, tell us about this kind of competition and what it is. This is the first time to actually have this sort of situation for you guys.
So our UIL competition that we went to this past week is kind of a test competition to see if UIL wants to further do these competitions in the future. So it was really fun to go out and watch all the other dance teams and get inspiration. And it was really fun to talk with all of them and meet other dancers. It was a fun overall experience, and we got to practice our dance technique and also see some other really great teams.
Yeah.
Brown's kick goes out of bounds. That's what the flag is for, and Cuero will take over first and 10. Go ahead, Hank.
So what I was going to ask is then when you, when you go to this, you went to the competitions and you got to see other, did you actually feel like, wow, this is really unique. We got to see something that somebody else did that we would have never thought of. I mean, did you get to see that as well?
Yes, it's really fun because all the teams bring different styles. So we did a streamer, but some teams do prop, kick, jazz. So there's all sorts of different type of styles. And they're really fun. And we were talking about doing some next year because we were inspired by some other teams that have really great dances.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Okay, so you just mentioned a lot. You mentioned like palm, jazz. Give me some others.
Streamer, which is what we did. Prop, novelty. Most of our teams there actually did do streamers, so it was really fun to see all the different streamers dance and different teams' takes on the same style.
We'll come back to Taylor in just a second. Marie is under center. He will give a handoff, coming left. Lots of room to run on that left side. That is Walter Dietz on the carry. He's out near first down yardage for the Gobblers. All right, so Taylor, that long list. You've danced. How long have you danced?
I started freshman year.
Okay, did you dance before that, or did you just come in and I'm gonna start dancing?
I just came in and tried out, and it's been a really fun experience, and I've learned so much dance skills and life skills, and I'm looking forward to this year and our competition season.
All right, I'm gonna ask you your favorite here in just a second. There is Varela on the carry. He gets about 6 yards where he's taken down. I see number 33 there for the Panthers, Joe Yahtzee. Okay, so of those, what's your favorite dance between all that stuff?
My favorite football style dance is a kick dance, and I really like those because I just love kicking. And then my favorite competition style dance would maybe be a contemporary.
Marie's looking long, and it's incomplete. No one was there. It looked like the legs of J.J. Waz and Dietz got tied up.
Yeah,
That's why we didn't have a penalty. Incidental
Yeah.
contact on the play, so 3rd and about 6 coming up for Cuero. Okay, so you like the kicks?
Yes.
Yeah.
When we score 50-something points and y'all do your kickoffs in front of the band, do you get tired? Is that hard or what?
I do get tired, but we train a lot in our kicking in practice.
So what's kicking practice like? Y'all sit there and we're just kicking like 100
Yeah,
times or what?
We do these things called Dazzler kicks. So for each letter in Dazzlers, we do an 8 count of kicks, which ends up to be sometimes around 60, depending on how many we do. So when we do those back-to-back Dazzler kicks, we get a lot of training in for kicking.
Varela with the first down for the Gobblers moves the sticks. They will have first down and around the 33-yard line. So how many kicks of practice do you do then?
We don't do Dazzler kicks every practice, but during football season, we focus on our kick technique a lot, and then we can bring it into our competition season in a different form.
Varela tackled by Josiah Saberon, short gain for the Gobblers. All right, anything else? What's the biggest project you guys have this year for the Dazzlers?
I would say our biggest project would be spring show. That's a big production we put on at the end of the year, and we show up all our competition dances, and we have our dance class come and do their dances, and it's really fun, and girls show up their solos, and we have just a ton of different styles and a ton of different girls that come, and it's very fun to see everyone.
Varela inside the 20, around the 10-yard line where he's pushed out of bounds, first down, Gobblers. All right, Taylor, awesome. Thank you for joining us this evening. Y'all add so much to the football and everything. That spring performance will be in May, so be looking for dates of that for our public when we get out there. Taylor, thank you again very much for joining us this evening.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
You too.
Our drum majors are next, so don't go anywhere. We're going to talk to them about what their future plans are, talk about band this year going to area. Let's see what the Gobblers do with the ball here first. Looks like a carry to Varela again. He is tackled, taken down by Joel Yazzie. And inside the 10-yard line, a little trouble getting up there this time. So we will have a second down and about 8 for the Gobblers as they are deep inside Navarro territory. All right, Sophia Castillo.
Yes, sir.
Head drum major, or are we all on equal footing here, right? Or
We're all
what?
on equal footing.
All on equal footing. I like
Yes,
that.
sir.
I love that. Okay, fantastic. If you didn't know, Sophia was featured at our Veterans Day ceremony just a few weeks ago. She played an amazing round of taps for everybody. Very, very, very well done. Kind of an emotional moment for everyone in that room. You know what taps is at funerals and stuff like that for our vets. So we really, really appreciate that. What was that like for you preparing for that? Have you ever done that before?
No, sir. It was just an idea that came to mind.
Big play by the Panthers. A tackle by Bryce Camp. So third down coming up for the Gobblers. Go ahead, Sophia.
Okay, so TAPS was just a way for me to honor veterans, and it was extremely special because it was a feature, a solo, and I would just say that I had a great time preparing. So I would, every day after school, I would practice outside my house. And I just wanted to perfect that in order to...
Did you get any calls from neighbors? Were they all good with it? Or?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my neighbor is actually a veteran, so...
Oh, there you go. Marie on the pass to the end zone. It's out of the reach of Deed. So fourth down coming up for the Gobblers. Okay, so you guys went to area this year. You had a very nice performance. And your whole show was very, very nice. What's your favorite part of the show?
My favorite part of the show has to be Bryce Perker's solo.
Bryce is up in just a little bit. We're going to talk to him in a second.
Oh, yes, sir. He just does a beautiful job every time, and yeah, it's really moving. And then another part that I enjoy is the trumpet and mellophone feature. It's featured in part 2, and it's just a very technical feature. So I really appreciate that, and all of the members worked really hard in perfecting that.
Gets it off, and it's a touchdown for the Gobblers. That carrying it in the end zone is Connor Kubash for the score.
Oh, boy.
For Cuero. So 48 now, 48-7 on the screen pass, touchdown pass for the Gobblers. All right, Ms. Castillo, back to that. The technical side of that.
Yes,
What is it about the technical side of that you just really, really enjoy? And I am not a band person. My wife, I had to marry into musical ability, all right?
Yeah,
so you might have to slow down and explain this in terms I can understand.
Okay, so the trumpet and mellophone feature is a technical feature because of the double tonguing that they do.
Okay.
And so it's a very fast way of tonguing, and it just takes a lot of expertise and practice. So it was just, yeah.
Very cool. Very well said. I understood every bit of that, actually. I really did. Okay, so what's next for you? Senior?
Yes, sir.
What's next year look like?
So next year I am still choosing on colleges, but I want to major in mechanical engineering and pre-law.
Oh, man.
Yes, sir.
So if we were doing a big signing, what colleges are in the running? Like what recruiters need to get on the phone here real quick and start cutting some NIL deals?
So Rice University, University of Pennsylvania, or UPenn,
Yeah.
and then Vanderbilt.
Oh,
man, okay.
Well, Rice is the tough one. I'm telling you,
all
Rice
that,
is
right?
the tough
Okay,
one.
if you
All of them are,
had
but
to
yeah.
handicap it. What's do you have an order on these at all right now? Is there a front runner?
Probably Rice University, yes.
Okay, why is that?
It's close to home, and it challenges me academically.
Oh yeah. Like I call it the Harvard of Texas. That's
Yes,
for
sir.
sure.
Yes,
Of the
sir.
South, yeah.
Gobblers here to kick off. We'll finish with Castillo here in just a second.
Yeah, I'm trying to get her up on the screen here once we get in between some.
Fake reverse from Trotty. Cuts around left side past the 25-yard line where he goes out of bounds. Pushed out of bounds, the clock will stop. Panthers take over 1st and 10. It looks like it will be around the 26-yard line for the Panthers. All right, any final thoughts? Band, I mean,
Right
you
now.
know, Parker, his first year. I mean, you've done this for 4 years. I mean, what is it? If sell me on, you're talking to a person that played sports for 4 years. Sell me on band.
So band is something that you come together and make a musical instruments come together to make a beautiful sound. We support the football team, so on Fridays you're gonna have a lot of fun.
Cohen Blunt carries the ball. Ball comes out. Cuero gets the turnover. So Navarro commits their 4th turnover of the night on the fumble. Cuero will have 1st and 10. All right, go ahead. Finish the sell.
So Fridays you're gonna be supporting the football team, and you're going to be accompanied by the cheer team and the Dazzlers, and that's just awesome, extremely fun to be in the stands and play all these musical pieces. And then on Saturdays, you're going to have competitions. Competitions are very fun, but they are tiring, but band is something that will teach you discipline and hard work and then teamwork, and it's just all these students coming together for a common goal, which is just beautiful.
You sure you're not going to law school at one of
Yeah.
these?
I actually am going to law school.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Can I add to that? Look, we'll go ahead and finish this play.
On the reception was Tony Perez, and he will get around 7 yards.
Well, I'd like to add to that. I don't know if you know, I'm a lawyer, okay, and I was in the Navarro band. I went to state. We got 3rd in state back in 1980, so that shows my age. But
I was 4.
But to sell band, if it wasn't for band, you know, I don't think I'd be where I'm at right now. So that's something to be very proud of, and that's what band can do. Go ahead.
We had a flag on the play. It will go against Cuero, so that play will be negated, and we will reset here. It looks like a 10-yard penalty now, so probably a hold. And we will redo 1st down.
Yeah. So that's what I have to add to it. Band could get you somewhere. And, you know, and SAT scores for band students are usually generally higher.
Pretty high.
Yeah.
Overall, I think band has helped me excel academically.
Oh, yeah.
And has pushed me to further pursue my goals.
We're under
I do
pressure.
want to go to law school.
Hit hard and incomplete. Overthrows Tony Perez.
So I have to thank band for that.
Right. And, you know, there's a lot of opportunity out there in the legal field, and I do mainly probate, estate planning, that sort of thing. But, you know, early on, I've been a lawyer for 28 years, but early on I did a few other things too as a lawyer. But, you know, now I'm kind of settled in and doing some things that I really like to do, and you'll be able to do that as a lawyer as well.
Second and about 18 coming up for the Gobblers. Well, Ms. Castillo, thank you very much. Thoroughly enjoyed that. You convinced me. Maybe I missed my boat. That's all right. No, thank you very much. We'll get Gabby Sassenhagen in here next as we go down our drum majors.
Thank you very much, and happy Thanksgiving.
Marie will hand off. Ferrero, he has plenty of room on the left side, inside the 30. Gets past the original line of scrimmage on this 1st down, and a flag comes in at around the 28-yard line. So we'll try to figure out what the laundry is on the field. While Gabby Sassenhagen, you see her there.
You can adjust it however you feel. Like these.
Getting her
Sorry, I'm talking
on.
to her also.
No, yeah, I mean,
live on the air
fine.
here.
I know, right?
So here's the official as he's talking to the sideline there too as well. So
this will go against Cuero apparently because they're asking us if we want to take it or decline. So
was that
Cuero
a legal
with
shift?
penalty.
It looks like it was a legal shift, and from what I could tell, because his back's to us. So and we have a little lag from up here. We're bringing the camera in off of the laptop to bring you this. So
not our most high def camera. I would say.
Right. So that's why you'll see a little lag or a little stuttering there.
2nd down and about 16 now for Cuero here on this drive as they have their 2nd penalty in as many drives. All right, Gabby Sassenhagen is joining us now. What do you play?
I play the flute.
Awesome. That's what my wife played. Okay, that's what I had to marry into. Otherwise,
hey, I'm a sax guy.
There you go. There you go. And Navarro again. He is taken down. Colton Breitenkamp on the stop that time. Grabs him around the ankles. And 3rd down and about 10 coming up for Cuero. How long have you played the flute?
Since 6th grade.
Okay. What do you like about it?
I love that I can play high notes and that you can hear the high notes.
Okay. Well, I guess only as we're young we can hear those high notes. It gets a little harder as you
now
get
it's all
older.
ringing to me. You
Yeah.
know?
So tell me about the show this year. Sophie talked about it just for a little bit, but what did you like about it? What really inspired you with it?
I really like the part, I really like the sax feature.
Read those complete first down, Cuero right at the sticks.
I like the sax feature. I think it was a really good part, and especially at the end when we added a visual that was swaying.
Yeah.
I really like that part. And I also really like the slow part of our show, where our great soloist, Evie, would play her clarinet solo, and everyone would bow down to her. It was great. I love that part.
Did she have a solo last year too, or something
yeah,
like that? That's
me
what
and
I
her
thought.
had to
You
do
and her,
that.
there you go. Very nice. Yeah, yeah, you're very good. Carry by Walter Dietz. Sorry, catch by Walter Dietz gets inside the 10-yard line. Gobblers threatening to score again. All right, so let's talk about you. You know, you've done 4 years of flute. You've done 7 years of music for you.
Yes.
What are you looking at next?
I am going to Statistical University.
That's definite. We're sold, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, solid. And I am majoring in nursing.
Okay.
I plan to get my master's of science in nursing, and I also plan to play the flute.
Okay, I was going to ask that.
Yeah.
My wife majored in music, but she also did like some flute pieces and choir stuff there. So how are you continuing to do that there in college?
I really want to join the orchestra because I love the way a violin sounds.
Oh, awesome.
Are you going to learn the violin? That is green around the edge and into the end zone.
Well, now around these parts, we call that a fiddle.
Right, that's Tony Perez on the touchdown.
And to be
for
honest,
Cuero.
my dad was a musician. He played fiddle, piano, accordion. He could play any keyboard.
Yeah.
He could play almost any string instrument, all the way to the banjo, mandolin, fiddle, and so bass guitar. He did all those different things, and all I did was just play the sax and a trumpet. That's all I could do, after all that. And it was like, I wanted to learn to play the violin as well, but it just never came to me naturally.
Yeah.
So, but is that something you've been doing, practicing with, or you want to really just go whole hog, like, so to speak?
It's 56
I just want to sit and listen to the violin.
I
didn't know
thought
you
you'd
pick
be
that up.
really,
I mean, why
I thought you could go ahead and do it.
I could, but
You
I'm
know,
not sure that I'd be good at my flute.
We show a commercial. It shows that our PSA, they call it, and if you put your mind to it, yeah, you can do it. But you got to want to do it too. But like you said, I'd rather listen to it, and absorb it. Like the old days, Calgon, take me away.
Oh my goodness, that's a throwback. Gang. All right, let's not picture it even in the tub. All right. So Gabby, the nursing decision. What was that? Why that road? Why does that interest you?
My older brother and sister are both nurses. They're RNs, and a lot of my family's in the medical field. So I always just thought of it as something that I could be really good at.
You always need people to help people in that area. I was a combat medic and an X-ray tech in the military.
There you go.
I did all these things, and people go,
know,
he's probably making that up. Like, no, I'm really not. I really did. So yeah, and I always felt like being a medic, being able to do things to help people, that was just such a satisfying feeling, at the time. And I think nursing, really builds on that, because it's not just you're going to help them then and there. I mean, you may be a part of their life forever. Maybe not you being there with them, but them always remembering the care that they got from you.
Villanueva on the return to the 35-yard line. First down, Panthers from the 35. So, and I'm thankful you're doing this, because, Hank, you people to take care of us. Someone's got to draw our blood and give us shots when we get older, right?
Hey, don't remind me.
Hey, Gabby can play the flute and take care of us at the same time.
Oh, that's right. Oh, wow. Well, that'd be great. And then when she learns the violin, now that she's going to, right?
So last thing, Gabby, I'll give you the same question I gave Castillo a couple of seconds ago. And you're talking to an athlete. You don't need to sell it to Hank. Sell me on band. What is so great about this?
I love the overall just feel of band. I love Friday Night Lights. This is like my favorite part of the year.
Awesome.
And I love marching season. I love how it makes you just sweat and struggle and just be so proud of your work. And competitions are so fulfilling, because all that you do for so many hours in a day and a week is just right there, and you have 7 minutes to do it, and like that's all you have to do. And then it's like well, I hope we did good.
Right, exactly.
But
sometimes that's what I feel like on the broadcast here. I hope we did good.
Yeah, but
you got all these buttons to push and everything else.
Trying to see which Panther carried the football there. They got a few yards out to the 43-yard line and just short of a first down, so third and short. I mean, it looked like Helford on the keeper.
Carry, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Gabby, congratulations on TLU. Thank you for doing this. We really appreciate it. I like talking to you guys. And we got great kids here. I am biased. I'm the principal, but we got great
Especially
kids
the
here.
band is the best, you know. My son graduated here in 2018, my oldest, and is Garrett.
Cohen Blunt has a first
and he
down
loved
for the
band.
Panthers.
He was in the band, and he did football, track, and all that stuff, but he stuck with band the whole way through because he loved band.
Me too.
Yeah, so I'm glad to hear that.
Thank you, Gabby. We appreciate it.
Thank
you for stopping by. Bryce Percher's next. We'll get all our drum majors here in just a second. Panthers have first and 10. They're at the 48-yard line. Moving the ball down the field just a little bit. 1:23 left here in the third quarter. We want to thank Bryce for sticking with us. J.J. Waz on the outside. Stutter steps. Gets out past the 40. Inside Cuero territory. Gets about the 39 where he's pulled out of bounds. First down. They're going to give him the 41. Well, they keep moving on us.
Yeah.
All right, it's going to be the 41-yard line for the Panthers' first down.
First down.
Well, Bryce, thanks for sticking this out with us. Appreciate that. You had a solo. Tell us about your solo during the performance.
It's been real fun having a solo. It's the first solo I've had in my 4 years of band, so it's been real fun learning it and kind of sticking it in with the rest of the music.
Yeah, the pressure's on, right?
I know,
It's like, if you mess up, everybody hears it, right?
Everyone can hear it. You know, I'm stepping on that stage, and I had to play it right or stand there staring at the crowd as I'm messing up.
Helford on the keeper for about a yard. You play what now?
I play the saxophone. This year I'm on the alto sax.
Okay. What's the difference?
Really just the saxophone's really just the mouthpiece size. All of them are kind of slightly variations of each other, kind of lower, higher. I've also played the bari sax for 2 years. The past 2 years, my sophomore and junior year, I was on the bari sax. And this freshman year and this year is when I'm on the alto sax.
That thing is huge, man. That thing is like, dragging the ground even as tall as you are. It seems like it, but it's
about
really not.
7 or 8 yards down to the 30-yard line. Third and short for the Panthers. What's your favorite thing?
I think I like the alto sax the most.
And why?
You kind of just the parts you get with it, because the alto sax is more of a melody instrument. You get to play the higher moving
Hank
parts.
agrees apparently with your analysis.
Yeah, I was always tenor, and so we went in between. Sometimes you're more like what the baritones play and that sort of thing. But tenor was always the one where you like sometimes you just had the nice little tit or dun dun dun, but. With the alto, you always had the melody, man.
Blunt gets the first down for the Panthers, and I see the head referee waving his hands up maybe just to stop the clock. Well, here's why. We're at the end of the third quarter.
Yeah,
let's stay here with Bryce. Let's finish up with Bryce here.
Yeah, if we bring that back up.
Get through our drum majors. All right, so we've heard about the different parts of the show everyone liked. Other than your solo, what was one of your favorite things?
I think just part 3 as a whole. It's just kind of starting with Evie's solo or clarinet solo before. And then if you've seen our show, I will go and we'll help her down and we'll have a little dance.
Yep, that's all that.
Before my solo.
When did y'all put that in? Was that at the beginning, or that was like maybe after a competition? Let's do a little something else, or
that was a thing that me and Evie kind of made up after our first competition. After a few football games, we were like, hey, it kind of just looks a little weird me waiting. So how about we figure something out?
I like it.
Right.
It played well. It looked good.
Cool unis too, right? What's the difference? I see black for one and with gold on the other. Here, with the glitter gold. What's the difference there?
Usually, because I am a field drum major, so I'll be out there marching on the field playing my instrument, while the other two in black, they'll be up there on the podiums conducting.
Yeah, doing that stuff. Okay.
All right, Percher, what's next for you?
I'm going to be going to Texas A&M University. I'm going to be majoring in biomedical sciences.
Oh, my word.
Wow.
I got a nephew there right now. He's in engineering, so congratulations on that.
Yeah, you got to have a brain to do that. You know that,
Biomedical.
right?
So
Yeah,
he can make the heart that keeps us alive in the future. That's what we need
yeah.
you for, Bryce.
Yeah, the engineering aspect of that as well is just unbelievable.
I guess I missed biomedical sciences, not engineering.
So
I know, but the the sciences that go behind all that
false
to me
start
is
on the
just
Panthers.
amazing. Yeah, I mean, you have to have a brain that works. To me, you have to have a brain that works like an engineer because you have to know how all that stuff works and all the way down to the molecular level. So unbelievable.
Is there a certain thing about biomedical engineering that you're just?
It's not engineering.
Sorry,
biomedical sciences.
Is there anything in particular there that you're like, really, I want to go look at this? What segment?
I think just it kind of called out to me because all throughout my life, because it can kind of
First
segue.
and 15 for the Panthers.
Because biomedical sciences can kind of go into either like animal sciences, or it can go into like people, like health.
Yeah, so you're kind of on the bubble. It sounds like you're on the bubble there between, like veterinarian or doctor, somewhere around there, right?
Yep, that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
Still not completely sure whether I want to be a veterinarian or doctor. I just know I want to go somewhere with the medical field, whether it be with animals or people.
All right.
Second and about 14 for the Panthers. So what will you do to keep playing music?
I'm not really having too many plans right now. I'm sure every now and again I'll bring out my alto sax. Yeah, but
are you going to stand outside of a building there with a hat and make tuition money or what?
Hey, I was telling you about my oldest, and he loved. I mean, he played alto sax and
short game
tenor.
for Cohen Blunt.
And if he could get that thing out and play it every once in a while, he does it. Whenever he can get it out and play, he still plays it. So I mean, when I see the alto, I was like, yeah, let me do that thing because I never got to really play it in high school. I wanted to. It's like it's always somebody else that got to have the alto, like this guy, which is great, though, by the way. So now what was there anything else in school though that
Cohen Blunt is at quarterback and he drops the ball. He
no.
will turn around. This was going to be a pass. He will still throw it away. He might be inside the tackle there, Hank.
Yeah, but did he get it far enough, and did he get it close enough to the receiver?
I did think he got it past the line of scrimmage. There's the flag.
But even if it doesn't go past the line of scrimmage, if there's a receiver in the vicinity, that will still apply, where it's not intentional grounding.
Not sure about that. We'll see what the call is.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll give that to you while you go ahead and ask Bryce your next question.
My question is what else did you do in school? Like, what other activities did you find as opportunities, at Navarro? Did you explore any other activities besides just band?
Starting with my freshman year, I kind of more went into the band aspect, but I did.
Offsides against Cuero. And intentional grounding against Navarro.
So they offset.
And we will see if that, yes, they will offset. Where will we play the down? Go ahead, Hank.
No, and so he was finishing up.
Yeah, go ahead, Bryce.
Yeah, starting with my freshman year of high school, I kind of started going more into band, kind of getting more involved in there. But I have begun, before I went into high school, I played football for 2 years.
Awesome.
My 7th, 8th grade year, but then in my freshman year, I made the decision to just kind of focus on band.
That's awesome.
It's something I enjoyed doing.
Yeah, I mean, and band takes a lot of time. So within band, go ahead.
Gives the Waz. Waz breaks the tackle to the 10, the 5, touchdown Panther. J.J. Waz.
We'll see if we have that on replay. We'll run that back as well.
All right, Bryce, we may interrupt you again here in a second for the extra point, but continue, sir.
So what I was asking is to see if, within band, did you explore any jazz, the jazz side or anything else? Because I'm always interested to know, wow, hey, I wanted to do this or wanted to do that within band. So ensembles or things like that.
I have been involved in jazz band for the past 3 years, and we're just kind of starting that back up again.
Awesome.
Panthers for 2. Trotty gets to the outside, but can't turn it upfield. The 2-point conversion is no good. Go ahead, Bryce.
Yep, we're just starting to get our jazz band back up again. We had our first practice yesterday, actually.
Awesome.
So we're getting that back up again, and for our band students, every year we have our solo and ensemble, where basically students will get into a group of 4 or 5, depending on your instrument, and you'll get a kind of harder piece of music, and you have the opportunity to go to region, and then if you pass there, you get to go to state.
Well, I have to say, we went to state in a medium ensemble back in, and this is again back in the 80s, yeah, right at 79, 80. I think it was in 80 as well. And we were able to play the Banana Boat song. We had the whole, we had singers and we had all that. Yeah, I haven't heard of the Banana.
Right.
Yeah, you know, daylight come and we want to go home. Yeah, y'all remember that. So that to me was just a highlight in my high school career. And I'm sure, you know, in jazz and the ensembles that you'll be part of here will just be, you know, unforgettable. Let's say that.
Bryce, anything else you want to add before we move on here for the rest of the football game?
Nothing too much. You know, I'm hoping we can put some more points on the board and kind of get back in the game.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Bryce,
there you go.
Bryce, we thoroughly enjoyed it. Drum majors, thank you all for doing this. And
Yeah.
our head cheerleader and our Dazzler captain. Really great to see the other side of all these Friday Night Lights here today. So thank you all very much for doing it. Appreciate it.
And I have to say, y'all brought out the band in me again. I love that. You know, I love the band. Yeah, come on. You know, that was one of my favorite times of my high school career was not only playing football, but being in the band, you know. And back then, I was in a 1A school, and we had 25 in my class I graduated with. So you had to basically do everything.
Onside
you know, back then.
kick. Colt Brown was there and hit the first Cuero guy that recovered it, and that was Camilo Perez, but he holds on to it, so Cuero will take over at around the 47-yard line on their own side of the field.
Well, Bryce, happy Thanksgiving. Wish you all the best, and I hope you have fun the rest of the way out of this year.
Yep. Thank y'all for having us here. It's been a pleasure talking to y'all.
Well, thank you.
Thank you guys for doing it.
All right.
All right. Happy Thanksgiving to y'all.
You too.
Thank you.
Panthers back on defense. Cuero with the ball again. We have 10:29 remaining here in the ball game. Panthers trail
Awesome job,
56-13.
Sorry to step on you.
No, that's great, Hank. I mean, that was, you know, look, I know the Panthers are trailing here a little bit, but how enjoyable it is to talk to all these kids tonight.
Oh, yeah. It's just totally awesome, right?
The quarterback right now is Jace Guardo. And he will roll out to his left. Throws complete. First down. There's a flag in the middle of the field. This is coming back.
Uh-oh.
The flag literally is around the 48-yard line on Navarro's side. That is in the area usually of holding, and it's a legal man downfield, actually, and this will go against Cuero. This will move them back 5 yards. We will replay first down. So as you can see, the QR code is to the right of the scoreboard there on your screen. That's for our broadcast club, and so I want to give a quick shout out to Sarah Casey, our sponsor, our kids that are here tonight. Bo is here, Jacob's here, Margaret's here. We got another one here.
Yeah.
Jordan's here. Jordan's down in the booth.
Yeah.
Jordan can wave at us actually for a second there, and kind of wave at Mr. Scarborough. Hey, Mr. Scarborough, I'm here too. So appreciate you guys making the trip. We had some other regulars not be able to make it tonight, but what a great year. What a huge leap forward for this program, Hank. 3 years ago, Posse helped us start this, and it's a handoff by the Gobblers for a short game. Brighton Kent is there on the tackle. But where we are now to where we were 3 years ago is a huge leap forward.
Right. I know a lot of the equipment we're using is something I put together, but still.
Literally in your own trailer. I mean, everything is like handmade in that sucker.
I don't want to brag about that. What I was talking about.
You should. It's pretty cool.
Is that, you know, you look at Sweeney's, and Joel Frederick touched on that in one of the volleyball playoff games, talking about, like, with Sweeney, I mean, they had a full production trailer. I mean, twice the size of what we have right now in mine, I guess you would say. But we're looking to do something like that. That's why, you know, you put the challenge out there.
Complete pass to Barrett Smith by Guardo. So 3rd and about 12 coming up.
Yeah, if we get enough funds. Now that they got a donation of $150,000 in order to put that together.
Right.
But hey, you know, anything's possible. We don't need one person to come and give, or a company or whatever, $150,000. Hey, as a collective effort by the community, hey, we can have this and put together some really nice streaming packages. Right now, we're working on a shoestring budget, so to speak, with a lot of different equipment, but we'll be able to get there one day.
That is Barrett Smith on this carry. gets around to the 45-yard line. He's still 5 yards short of the first down. So 4th and about 5 coming up for Cuero inside Navarro territory.
And you know, the reason I do this is for the students. Yeah, I still have, you know, I had some of the greatest times of my life here. I love the community. I think the community loves Navarro. You know, it's
a fantastic community.
Right. I mean, and that's reciprocated back. So, you know, that's what we're talking about, a community that is really together.
Guajardo almost gets the Panthers to jump off sides, checks the signs on his sideline for what's coming up. Play clock down to 4, 3, 2, 1, and timeout, Cuero.
Yeah, and so that's why I bring that up as well, is that, you know, this community is something that I cherish. I love my time on the school board. You know, move on. I'm a grandpa now,
right.
So, you know, and I'm helping out with my elderly father. So there's a lot of other things going on in my life that, and then still doing this. And I want to be able to help these students be able to find something that they like, they love, and they can do better at, and do well in, you know, in their future, and be a successful and good person. And it comes down to that.
Well, that's the goal of Navarro. It's the whole person that we're trying to put together. So. Absolutely. So thank you, Broadcast Club. We're not done. Those of you that are thinking, hey, this is the end of the road, we will have a couple of basketball games in December. We will carry a couple more in February in district, and then the playoff games. And then don't forget baseball and softball. We will carry a few of those games as well.
For playoffs, we'd like to see if we can bring the trailer and get it set up where we can have the full production crew. For the other, we may have some, you know, we may have to split up crews. Who knows?
That would be fun, man. We almost had to do that with volleyball and football this year, actually.
If we would have had a Friday night and luckily we played on a Thursday for volleyball for playoffs, and then we were on a Friday.
We were 24 hours from that, actually. 4th and 4 for the Gobblers. They're at the 46-yard line of the Panthers. 8:24 remaining in the ball game. Cuero's up, 56-13. In motion. It's a keeper for Guajardo. He's pulled down. He is short of the first down. Panthers hold.
Wow, nice play.
On the tackle, number 65. Yeah, Luke Vogel there to pull down Guajardo. And the Panthers will take over 1st and 10. And will be at the 44-yard line in their own territory, not far to go to cross over midfield. Women's basketball is at the San Antonio Cole tournament this weekend. You heard Maddie Gillum, our head cheerleader, talk about that a few minutes ago. They went 1-1 today. They went 3-1 so far in the tournament. Helford. Oh, it's the delay to Blunt, and he's got lots of running room. To the 30, almost the 25-yard line. That was one of the nicest plays I have seen from them.
Yeah, I was like,
well played draw.
Yeah, I don't know if we've got that on replay, but love to see how that play developed early on. And here it is.
Here's the replay. Let's see how deep we are. But we got to see Blunt roll over someone. Absolutely run over a Gobbler. And hey, we'll take any run over a Gobbler we can get at this point.
Here we go.
It's J.J. Waz had the touchdown earlier. Breaks another tackle. Waz back to the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers. J.J. Waz gets his 2nd touchdown on the night. And the Panthers are up to 19 points, 56-19. We will await the 2-point conversion to make it a 21-point knot for the Panthers. It's good to hear that fight song coming back.
Yeah.
Yes. That in the first half.
We sure did.
It'll be Trotty. Trotty looks like he may have broken in. He did. Touchdown, Dylan Trotty. Sorry, 2-point conversion is good. So Panthers will be able to make up for the missed 2-point conversion earlier. It is 56-21 now. Panthers trail with 7:41 left in the game.
Yeah, let's see if we have that Waz. If we can see it from the beginning of that play. If Waz, I'd love to see how that was developed in the blocking team, because those guys up front did a heck of a job in opening up the hole here. If we look.
There's the Cohen Blunt delay draw.
At that. Yeah, we'll see that delay draw.
You'll see the delay draw here if we can press play on that. Helford, I was about ready to call Helford on the pass. Back, 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 back.
And
Notice how Blunt hides the ball.
Yeah.
And then takes off.
That was the big play of that series. And then the next big play coming up here is the Waz touchdown. And see if they'll get the – Jordan's working the replay down in the production trailer.
So, by the way, we were talking about other things our students do. Let's see if this is the JJ.
Here's
Watch
the
high step right here. And there goes JJ to the end zone.
Yeah, and you see the hole develop initially there. Good job. And he runs not just into the end zone, but out the back of the end zone. You love that. And when you throw down the ball, don't throw it down before, right when you're coming to the end zone. Throw it down when you go out the back of the end zone, So nice job on the replays there.
Timeout, Cuero. The Panthers get stopped before they are able to make this onside kick, which it looked like it was Craig Hyman about to do that. Speaking of students that do other things than just broadcast club and football and stuff like that,
right.
Jordan is down in our truck. I don't know if they want to say hi to us down there or not. She was also the costume designer for Three Musketeers.
Oh, there she is.
There she is. All right.
All right.
She brought with us on a couple of trips a sewing machine and the clothes.
Well,
now, I don't know if she sewed anything in the truck, there and back.
Well, yeah, Well, let's put her on the mic with Miss Casey's headset. It has the mic, and just unmute it there, and we could hear her live.
We'll get Jordan down the broadcast booth here in just a second.
Hello,
Hello, Jordan. How you doing?
Good.
So, Jordan, you come now we'll talk about your theater production in just a second. But Jordan has worked some camera before, but now she has really taken on the roles. She did one game. She was the producer and director for one game. So tell us a little bit about that. Actually, after the kickoff here, Jordan, tell us a little bit about your progress there with the cameras and stuff like that. So here's the onside kick. It's on the ground, but it is covered up. Number 5, Aiden Strecker, covers up for the Gobblers. So go ahead, Jordan.
So I started on cameras, which is kind of where I wanted to start. But then I moved to scoreboard and learned how to do replays. And then I was taught how to do director. And then I was director for homecoming.
Yeah, there was nobody else there at doing the directing. You were it. There was no Miss Casey for homecoming. You did a great job, by the way.
No, and way to step up. I mean, as a student directing students, not an easy thing to do. So well done. So tell us a little about Three Musketeers and what you did with the costume designs.
Yeah. So for Three Musketeers, we had for a theater like play in Texas. It was probably one of the bigger ones that I've seen, and so it was a little hard to make sure we got everyone's costumes done.
Here's Stinson on the carry for the Gobblers.
So I had about 10 people starting out in costumes, and then they got pulled away to do other things. But we designed the cassocks and dresses and older timey clothes and stuff for the play. And the thing that took us the longest to get done was the Queen's dress and the cassocks. Those are the capes that the Musketeers wear.
So what Three Musketeers, most people are at least familiar a little bit with that play. So about 4 yards here on the carry for the Gobblers. What time period is this in?
Like the 18th, 19th century.
So what was your biggest difference in the clothing that you had to design that maybe you're not used to or haven't seen yet?
Not used to for designing the clothes would probably be what the king and the cardinal wore, because like those are like the fancy, more richer things. I've done plays where I was a part of costumes for the 1800s and stuff. This is the first time I had to make a costume for like that level of royalty in that time zone. It was a little weird.
Caleb Keller on the carry gets about 5 yards for the Gobblers. Well, very interesting. So, so would you want to do something like that again? I mean, does that time period have any more interest to you now?
Yeah, it actually really does. After we went through and completed it and stuff, I went through and actually on one of my Saturdays, I didn't have anything going on, researched more of that time period.
Wow. Very, very awesome. All right, well, thank you, Jordan, and really appreciate you and all the others. Jacob's on the camera tonight. So these are some of our regulars here. So thank you guys for all your work again this year in the broadcast.
Yeah,
so
we
third
really
and about 3 for the Gobblers. Coming around left side is Jessar Rodriguez. He looks like he may have first down yardage inside or about the 30-yard line for the Gobblers. 6:44 remaining in the contest.
So now Miss Casey, we hear her in our headsets from down in the trailer. We can hear them up here in the booth. I just want to say, Miss Casey, can we get you to come on live and talk to you a little bit and talk about the broadcast club? We'd like to get you on live on air.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So there's Miss Casey, and as principal here, I like to say, we're thrilled. Miss Casey kind of found us, and we found her through her first year here, even at Navarro.
Yeah.
Has dived in and has done this, and been a great coordinator with the students. We have a probably false start here on the, it is false start of the Gobblers, go back up 5 yards.
Jordan, actually.
You found that got these groups of kids together. Some of them stayed on from last year, some this year. But tell us about what it's like your first year here at Navarro and then diving right into this.
Oh, I mean, it's been a wild ride so far, I have to say. But the broadcast, quite honestly, has probably been part of my favorite part of this whole experience so far. I love the broadcast kids. I've loved, gathering them together. I think we only had probably 3 or 4 regular broadcast members from last year that were still here this year. And so getting those numbers up, especially with how much this operation has been growing, it's been a real treat, I have to say.
Rodriguez with about 2 yards on the carry, second down, and about 13 coming up for Cuero. So what was your biggest surprise, I guess, stepping into this, Miss Casey? The
into
trailer?
the broadcast, or the trailer was a shock. I can't tell you. It looks like a mad scientist lair, I have to say.
Yeah, well, look, if I put it together, yeah, it's probably that way.
Yeah.
But now, Miss Casey, now this is not your only, extracurricular activity. Is that right? Because you're a sponsor for the broadcast club, but aren't you involved with some other things there at the school, dealing with, journalism or something to that effect?
Not to my knowledge.
Not
no.
There is a
you need
chance.
to let me know if I was supposed to be doing that. But
because I know you were
Rodriguez
heavily
runs out of
recruited
bounds.
for that as well. But
yeah, I think I only had room on my plate for one more one extracurricular.
So on that note, there is some discussion of a UIL film contest, but we'll see.
Right.
That needs to fall in, but that ties in with what you're teaching. So you're teaching animation, and what other classes, Ms. Casey?
So I teach animation, general AV, video game design.
That's cool.
And digital design, and those all kind of join together in a general AV track of sorts.
Yeah, it's a program of study there. So there's a little CTE for you guys at home.
Absolutely.
The end around here goes to Dene Bonner, and he is pulled down way back on the kind of the quasi-reverse. So back to the 34-yard line goes the ball.
A little hipster.
I feel that way.
Yeah. I mean, what else can you do? You're down 56-21. You just, make the best of it, right?
So again, Miss Casey, thank you so much for your work this year and these kids and helping to produce. This is our 12th football game.
Yeah, I mean, coming in, directing and producing both, as a director, you have to tell the cameras where they need to be positioned and all those things as well. And producing is actually running the, equipment in the trailer. So you've been doing a great job. And to get the play clock up there tonight, that's awesome.
4th and 14. Gobblers go to the air. It is almost caught. It went through the hands of, looked like the receiver, maybe Josiah Taylor. And the ball will go over on downs.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. It's a little daunting at first, but I think I've gotten the hang of it 11 or 12 games
Well, I think you are flying the ship as we were
Right,
there very, very
it's
well.
like,
so.
now that when you're there, I can tell you, I just like, okay, oh, thank goodness she's there. She's able to make it. And because if not, we're left up here going, oh man, what do we do here? How are we going to work this with one upstairs and another one downstairs? It doesn't work too easy.
And we're up to
without having
3
one
manned
downstairs.
cameras, 4 total cameras, and it's gotten to the point we need 5 kids minimum usually to run this now.
Dylan Trotty on the carrier for the Panthers. We get about, I guess, back to the original line of scrimmage before he is halted on his progress, passing 3:45 remaining in the game. So, Hank, yes, this is the finality of tonight. It's probably setting in on those sidelines and in the minds of the coaches and all the fans and the players. So we look back, Navarro started the year against some very tough teams. So don't let the record deceive you. That was a very tough non-district schedule Navarro had. And then you go 3-3 in district, get to the second round of playoffs. So what's kind of your bright spots here? You've seen a lot of Navarro football.
I mean, you got a lot of juniors, sophomores on that field right now. And so, and before we get Miss Casey.
on the carry there.
Yeah, Miss Casey, thanks again very much for all that you do.
And thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And I'm going to go off now.
Okay. Yeah.
About 3-yard carry there for Block.
All right,
Thank
we'll
you, Ms.
see
Casey.
you later. I was trying to recruit her to be be part of the whole journalism.
Well,
thing and
I
do
want
all
you to
that
know
stuff.
we have journalism covered right
Right,
now.
right. I know you have
shape.
but I'm saying is that if we can expand it to
absolutely.
Video and everything else. So, with that part of it, if we can put together a studio,
that'd be awesome. JJ Walls on the carry. I'll tell you, in that new building, there's some places we can do it.
Yeah, and that's what what I would like to see. But back to football.
and by the way, 4th down for the Panthers, about 3 yards to go.
Yeah. So back to football. I see a lot of potential out there with the juniors and sophomores we have, because there's a lot on the field and a lot that have played, have good, valuable playing experience. And you can't, you can't account for that, and you can't account for that, on the practice field.
Good run and good hit there by Corbin Benez. He gets out to the 49-yard line. Hit once, spun around, and they gained another 5 yards afterwards. 1st down Panthers.
Yeah, I mean, Benez just goes in and it's just like takes the hit and still spins off of it, and I mean, just unbelievable. Nice job.
You're right. You can't trade that experience. So when these guys are in that same situation again, when you're in the second round again, it's like you've been here. And that, there's a big factor in that. Trotty and Guerra are split out left. It's a run. Benez, he's got some room. Inside the 40, inside the 30-yard line.
Yeah, there's a bright spot there as well. You see with Corbin Benez. Now,
1st down Panthers at the 30.
Yeah, Laga Vista went final, 31-0.
And Wimberley 62-21. That's who we would have played if we'd won.
That's
who
right.
We'll play next week. Ball's on the ground.
Oh, no.
And Helfer picks it up, gets outside the 30-yard line, and is taken out of bounds with about a 1-yard gain. Little extra whistles as the Cuero player goes deep into the sideline for the Panthers.
So what I'd like to focus on the last minute is let's talk a little bit about the seniors. As the seniors got us here, got to the second round of the playoffs. If it wasn't for the seniors we do have, looking at the roster, starting off with the numerically, Montgomery Elder, one of your seniors on the team. And then you have Caden Guetta, along with I have to go down this list, Matthew Villanueva. We saw him on a good return tonight.
We will see some baseball from him. Flag on the Panthers. They're going to move back just a few yards.
And senior Jesse James Waz.
With 2 touchdowns
tonight.
Yeah,
2 touchdowns. And Corbin.
A 15-yard penalty against the Panthers.
Corbin Hannibal had an interception this year as well. And then you got Ethan Beauchart, the Shark.
Yep, that's right.
As they call him. And then the next senior I show on here is Colt Brown. We'll see him in baseball as well.
Yes, you will. Catcher, pitcher for the Panthers.
And your next senior up on the list, Joey Perella.
Whistles stopped this play, but on the carry was Riley Blevins before the.
And one of your big-time returning starters on both sides of the ball, the senior Cade Pugh. And another one that's part of the broadcast club, other than when it's in football, Yandel Ramon.
That's right. We expect to have him back. He's a big part there in the spring for us.
Another returning the starter from last year, the senior Craig Hyman. And then senior has been a beast on the defensive line, Ian Garcia.
Blevins is taken down behind the line of scrimmage, drops the ball, but quickly picked up by number 68, Colin Pugh. Gets his hands on it. Colin Pugh, the other Pugh, gets in the game. There we go.
Robert Beltran, senior and the center here for the starting center for Navarro.
42 seconds left in the game.
And last but not least, senior number 82, Colton Breitenkamp, the B-Camp.
And you've seen him all around the field a lot this year.
Yes.
Here's a pass by Colt Brown, the senior, throws, and it's intercepted by the Cuero Gobblers. Around the 35-yard line, being returned by Jordan Mays. He goes out of bounds. There's a flag around the 43-yard line on the Navarro side. 20 seconds left in this contest.
So
Cuero will move on to play Wimber. Go ahead.
That was your Navarro seniors there that will have their last night in a Panther uniform. So wish them all the best in their future endeavors.
You know that Colt Brown is going to play the Raging Cajuns. So walk behind the back on Cuero. This will move from the spot, it'll move the ball back.
Out of all the mascots that I could ever imagine and think of, that's my favorite.
I know.
I mean, just as far as just the name, I love it.
I hope we've got good friends and family all around, and including Louisiana. But I mean, we all know a Raging Cajun.
Right. And then
we got one in the broadcast booth. That's right. We got one. Miss Casey's from New Orleans, so there you go.
Yeah.
So Cuero's going to line up in the victory formation. We have 20 seconds left. Our last snap of the area championship is coming right here, and Guajardo will take it. He takes a knee, and we do not have to have another snap. Wimberley, yesterday defeated Rockport Fulton 62-21, and they will take on the Cuero Gobblers next week in round 3 of the playoffs. So congratulations, Navarro, second round of the playoffs.
Right.
As you kind of highlighted, Hank, with a younger roster going to the second round of the playoffs, no small accomplishment.
Yeah, I mean, you take this and, this is a huge accomplishment with a young team like this to get here. Now it's a matter of, like we talked about, you're not recruiting players, you're developing players, and so this is a good development for that group. Sad to say it's the last game for the seniors. As we take a look at them lining up, that's a nice shot, by the way. And so, you move on, though. It's just like anything in life. You don't dwell on it. You flush it, and you move on. The bad things, you learn from them, and then and you do better the next time.
You take what you have done here, and it moves you forward into whatever's next in your life. Well, we heard the band kids talk about what it teaches them. We get a lot of the same lessons in athletics, and you take that. Well, I know, for myself, you take that skill of pushing yourself mentally and physically when you're tired on the field or you're tired of that last step you just took in band, but you do the next one anyway, right?
Right.
And that you learn those things from that. So congratulations, Navarro Football Panthers, on the second round of the playoffs. Again, no small accomplishment in any of that. I know a lot of these guys, these seniors, we're looking forward to playing Cuero one more time. These are guys they have played with since 7th grade. And they really wanted one more shot to just kind of hit each other, if you will, one more time, because they've done it for so long. So congratulations to the Gobblers. A little hard for me to say, but they're moving on to the third round. Congratulations, guys. And then our Navarro Panther football team. The first day of all season starts on Monday.
Oh, wow. Yeah. You think of it that way. And that's for the juniors. And
that's exactly right, because now it's get ready for next year. And how much better can we be before we take on our next opponent there in week 1? So we're going to get I love the field shot here. We're going to get our Panthers and our fight song here with our band.
Yeah, we get the alma mater. Yeah, so then we'll have to we'll take a quick break after that, and then we'll have to talk about who's going to be the player of the game.
Absolutely. We'll do that. Scott Kibbe will join us for our post-game show. So we will head to break once the fight song is complete for Navarro. Yeah, if you're still here, we're standing by for Cuero to complete their song. Our Panthers are lined up.
Yeah,
the Panther band's getting ready to play. I can see,
Yeah,
see our head band director, Raymond Parker. He is watching Cuero intensely. There go the hands.
Yeah.
The hands are up. He's getting the timing down. Here comes the Navarro fight song.
Now the alma mater.
Alma mater. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. We, back in the day, it's like in band, this is one of the ones that, it's supposed to be, sentimental, but, to be honest, it was one of the slowest songs, and we're like, okay, we're just barely getting through it. It's back then. Now it's much more meaningful.
Well, I gotta tell
you, after now being older, it's much more meaningful.
Well, and I gotta tell you, it's a sight to see. If you ever join us for a pep rally, this is how we end our pep rallies when everyone is doing this. This is everyone in the school is in the gym at the same time and doing this. It's a sight to see, and I hope you can join us sometime for that, to see the entire school at one time doing this.
We'll see if we can turn the crowd mic up.
Congratulations, Panthers. I know it's hard to take this right now after a loss, but congratulations on the season for football. We'll take a quick timeout. The postgame show is next on the Navarro Panther Network.
We're with Bridget, whose husband won't be home for months and whose daughter is due any day. We're with Mike, who's leaving home to protect his family and yours. We're with all service members and their families who need community, connection, and maybe a bit of magic. Are you with them? Learn more at uso.org today.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
There's a shot of your Panthers following the game. Head coach Rob Blanc is addressing his team right now. The Panthers fall tonight, 56-21. As we told you before the game, in the upper left-hand corner, temperature fell into the 50s tonight. Unfortunately, the Gobblers score about that much also on the scoreboard. 56-21 is our final score. Panthers losing the area round to the Cuero Gobblers. Scott Kibbe is joining us now, but before we get to Scott, we're going to talk about our player of the game, Walter Dietz for Cuero. He scores 3 touchdowns, 2 receiving, and 1 rushing. Our unofficial total actually in our head was 4, but lots of touchdowns, unfortunately, for the Gobblers tonight. Fortunately for the Gobblers, unfortunately for us, but Dietz gets 3 of them, so he makes up almost half of the touchdowns.
Yeah, he did.
For Cuero.
So we'll have, I'm going to say something technical on here, overlay 2. We may, there we go. And so now, we put up Walker Dietz's number here. I think he had just a phenomenal game tonight. So as far as he did just about everything for him, but also you have to say it was real close with Marie too, because Jackson Marie was he was Johnny on the spot as far as put him exactly where you wanted him to
comes
be.
back, and like you said at halftime, Scott, and it looked like he didn't miss a beat.
No, not at all. If he did, I'd hate to see him at his best.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, can you see him like after 3 or 4 games is in a rhythm? Oh, my goodness, right?
Yeah.
Right, so let's go ahead through our totals. Scott, take us through those.
It evens out a little bit in the second half. The Panthers, 14 first downs, 50 rushes for 306 yards, 48 passing yards, on 2 out of 8 attempts, 2 interceptions, 1 punt, 38 yards, 7 fumbles tonight, lost 3. So ball control the Panthers have had, not good tonight.
And then we had some interceptions in there too.
And 2 interceptions, so 5 turnovers total. 6 penalties for 63 yards. leading rusher. Blunt goes over 100 yards, 22 rushes, 105 yards. J.J. Waz, 9 carries, 94 yards, 2 touchdowns.
So
J.J. Waz will tell his kids one day that he scored 2 touchdowns in the playoffs against Navarro.
Yeah.
Just leave out the other details.
In his final game of this season.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes. So good second half, and Helford 8 for 66.
So, yeah, after you get through with this, I'm gonna recap. We'll go on a break, and I'll get all these stats put up here in just a moment on our stat board.
So go ahead, Scott.
Cuero's stats: 21 first downs, 36 rushes, 286 yards, 187 passing yards. So that's 473. They were 14 out of 23 passing, 1 out of 50. 1 for 50 punting, 6 for 50, no fumbles, 6 penalties for I think 50 yards. Varela 19 carries, 191 yards. Walker Dietz 7 catches, 97 yards, 2 touchdowns. The 56 points the Panthers gave up tonight is a school record, the most that they've given up in a playoff game.
Okay,
that's 20-year-old.
Well,
20-year-old record.
when you have 5 turnovers, that's going to play a factor in that. So let me go back. Let me go back to something in there, and it's on the numbers. So you're telling me, Scott, make sure that's what I heard. We rushed for 200 yards tonight, or we got close to rushing to 200 yards tonight?
Ran for 306 tonight.
We ran for 306 tonight. If I told you before the game you're going to run for 300 yards against Cuero, would you feel like the score would have been closer?
If you leave out that they turned over the ball over 5 times.
Okay, right.
I would think it would. But
I think that's impressive.
You kind of think they were going to have to score a lot against. I don't think there was ever any thought that Panthers really shut down Cuero's offense.
Agreed.
So you knew they were going to have to probably at least that.
300 yards against Cuero, I think, is pretty good. You know, I would take that pretty much any day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and you know, granted, all but 82 of those were in the second half when you're really going against their backups.
Right.
But you give credit to Panthers for keeping after it and just not giving up, not quitting. Just the thing about it is, whatever happens that second half, you're still out there working. Gonzalez isn't out there working.
That's exactly
Gerald's
right.
not out there working. Not teams you're going to play next year. They're not getting this. So
yeah,
they
getting
the
that
benefit
playoff experience is
So
exactly right.
Hank talked a lot about that in the second half today. The fact that we have guys on the field right now getting experience that others are not getting right now. So, Scott, you've been, I don't know, Hank or Scott, who's been here longer with Navarro?
I mean, Scott has been a statistician longer than I probably, and Mr. Schulke comes by and shakes our hand. So
former Navarro on to play college football. Congratulations, sir. Okay, so in the kind of cycles, if you will, okay, through high school football, where would you put this team in one of those cycles? I mean, they still go to the second round of the playoffs.
I think you give them points. It's kind of hard to say because you look at the teams they lost to this year. Antonian, Canyon Lake. I think Canyon Lake did
good ball
tonight. Lavernia beats LBJ last night, which was a big
big upset.
Wimberley just and added a very good Salado team, very good Lago Vista team, and of course Cuero. You can't fault the losses or the teams, the quality of that competition, quality losses. It's hard to say. I think this was a defense that probably was the weakest against the run that the Panthers have had a long time. I ran some numbers earlier in the season. It was going back to the 90s for yards per carry and things like that. But I think they were able to hang in games and still get something out of the season. But I think the other thing is you look at the youth of the team. We'll see next year.
Yeah,
we'll see next year what did this lead to? What did this build up? Did this build us set us up for a good year next year and competing again to go deep in the playoffs?
That's what I'm looking for. Like, it still looks like you're set up for that.
Yeah, it's still there, and the fact is, if when they're 1-5, they just kind of hang it up for the year. Maybe lose to Gerald or Gonzalez or something, and they go out without making the playoffs, 2-8, 3-7 or something. It looks very different going into next year. You got a lot more questions, so I think you have some things to build off next time.
Okay, so that's where I want to go next. What do you take away from this, Scott? You see a lot of Navarro football teams. What do you take away from this season?
I think the number one thing is that you've just got to get more physical, and that's what they a lot of good things they did this year. A lot of I'm seeing a lot of promising young players, but you can't run this offense and you just can't compete in this district and in this region if you're not extremely physical. And I think that's what the focus is going to be on. I think the fundamentals on the defense have really slipped too. And so I think that's what you've got to, you got a lot of work to do.
Right.
But you've got some positives. You've got guys coming back. They're going to be extra motivated to prove something next year. And, I think you take that and you build on it and you say, why can't we compete? Why can't we compete with anybody? If we just get back to what we are and what we do, really step up our game, we can be there.
Okay, so I gave you some homework during halftime, Scott. And you mentioned the region and you mentioned the district. Who comes out of this region between Sinton, Wimberley? Cuero looks really good tonight. I mean, it's almost like we need to be able to have an at-large bid going past our area.
I will say this. When we were kids, we used to play a game called King of the Hill, and whoever's on top of the hill until you knock them off. Wimberley is on top of the hill.
Gotcha.
And Wimberley has shown me no signs that they're ready that they're vulnerable or they're ready to give that position up. Two good football teams, Cuero and Sinton, that they'll have to play, and they can surprise you, but I'm putting my money on Wimberley until something shows me otherwise.
So if you're Wimberley and you watch this tape tonight, where do you see the Cuero weaknesses?
I don't know that it's. I mean, there's not much, but I don't know this is as good a Cuero defense as maybe some of them they've had in the past.
Okay.
I think
Right.
they could probably still play their game. The runs with Stover. And I think have some success. Wimberley has had at times been a little weak against the pass. I think that if they've got a weakness, you might say that's it, and that could be trouble for them. If they're doing this
if
next week.
Marie hits Dietz the way he
looked
tonight, just coming back off the injury.
Yeah. I think and if they can play, if Cuero plays mistake-free like they did tonight too. They just didn't give us anything tonight. If they can do that, they may have a shot. But it's just, I just think Wimberley's still the class of the region. So,
Right. And they will take on Cuero next week.
Next week.
Hank, what else we got for Scott?
For Scott, I would think that, like we talked about, the experience that the juniors and sophomores had, because a lot of them got experience, and that's going to be the key for this for next year. And I see some kids that I like this Minish kid, man. I like his aggression, and I think that he could be stepping up next year as he's coming up as an underclassman. So now let's see what happens with the rest of the group. But so do you see that being, to me, the biggest factor in this team is that experience and the youth moving up?
You've got your whole backfield back, and you got the backups to the backfield back, and so we're going to be very deep at running back next year.
Yeah.
You got Peyton Helford back. You saw some guys step up on defense this year. It's just keep working, keep building, keep focused, and it's going to be another tough non-district schedule. So you may have to. You may have to keep it together through that again.
But what that does for you when you get to these games, I think speaks volumes. And I personally, and I'm speaking for myself a little bit here, I appreciate a coach that's not going to go in and play some beefcake schedule and feel really good about yourselves, but you haven't really played anyone.
Right.
I think this gets you tested before you go into what's not an easy district.
Yeah, not at all, and it has helped. I think it does. It's part of why this district is kind of the elite district in this region. But I think we were talking at dinner about LBJ losing to Lavernia last night. LBJ beat Wimberley early in the year. That's a very big win. But they hit that district, and there's just nothing in that district to keep up with LBJ, and didn't have them in the first round. And I got to think that hurt them against Lavernia last night.
Absolutely.
Where Lavernia had been in a really good district, played good teams.
That's right. Well, Scott, thank you. Your article will be up when? Because I know we got people on the internet that are hawking this article right now.
Yeah.
That's right. It could be as early as tomorrow afternoon. They will sometimes print it early, but by Sunday, the story will be in there.
At the Seguin Gazette.
SeguinGazette.com.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, so thanks again, Scott, for a wonderful season and being
Enjoyed
with
it.
us.
Certainly enjoyed talking to you, sir.
Yeah, we really are happy to have you, and we'll take a quick break. We're showing the finals that we had there. And we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back after this.
We'll wrap it up.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
I kid heard that solo!
You say I did?
Yeah!
Set the bar high and just go for it. You are destined for greatness.
Is it my imagination? Or is everyone telling me I'm already the next big thing?
Find your perfect self and follow your dreams.
My dreams weren't going so well. For some reason, life was feeling dark and I couldn't snap out of it. All I needed was a little support and a few new ideas. YourLifeYourVoice.org helped me get my life back on track. I can take it from here.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate! Welcome back to Floresville, Texas, Floresville High School. The Navarro Panthers have lost 56-21 to the Cuero Gobblers. No Thanksgiving feast tonight for the Panthers. The Gobblers feast and score many touchdowns, more than what we wanted to see. Hanky, you got the stats coming up here in just a second.
Oh, yeah, we got the stats here what Scott Kibbe had given us, and we went over. Want to make sure to show the final stats that I had here between the two. It was a miscalculation or something had changed on me, and I, when I go through and click through sometimes, but we know that's not 310 yards total here between the two.
You're looking at over 400 yards there for the total for the Cuero Gobblers. So there's your rushing yards for the Panthers. They still get 306 rushing yards on the night. I still think that's pretty good against Cuero.
Right.
With a total of 354. 14 first downs for the Panthers. A lot of those came in the second half. The biggest difference there you see in any of these numbers are the turnovers. Navarro with 5. Scott brought that up. 3 fumbles and then 2 interceptions on the night. The penalties were equal. Gobblers and Panthers avoided that pretty well as far as making a big issue from getting too many yellow flags thrown at them. There's your total now for the Gobblers, 437 yards, and it did. The Gobblers looked like they had a pretty complete offense tonight.
Yeah, that's right, and they were able to, again, remember when we looked at the initial stats coming in per game, they were very balanced, and so that's what you had to go up against is a balanced football, and they were averaging 400 and I think it was 406 yards a game.
Yeah,
so
get a little bit over that this evening.
But in the background, they're running some of the so we can flush these now and let them go by and then not have to worry about some of the.
Here's the fake punt.
Yeah.
One of the bigger plays of the night for that. Then a touchdown there by Cohen Blunt. All right, so we have a lot of people to thank. We're not going to take very long to do it, but we want to thank a lot of people. First, I want to thank Panther Posse, Hank Dieter, Lance Blackburn, the Broadcast Club for what we've done this year, 12 football broadcasts, Veterans Day. We've already done some volleyball. We did every volleyball playoff game. That was 4 of them. So thank you to the crew. Thank you to Blackburn, Dieter, Panther Posse for all that you've done. The donations that have come in this year, we thank you for all that. To our administration that helps us to make this happen, transportation, all you guys. And then, again, congratulations to football as far as second round of the playoffs. I see Coach Blunt on the field right now, hugging still his players, thanking them for their work. Thank you, Coach Blunt, for the football this year. So really thanks to you guys. It's a little bittersweet in, as it always is. But we really thank everyone for all that y'all have done this year. It's a very successful season on the field, in the broadcast booth. Thank you to all you guys.
Okay, Clay, we couldn't have done this without you. I mean, you supported us as the principal and as a play-by-play guy. You made sure the broadcast crew were taken care of with food along with Miss Casey.
They really like the pizza.
And you've taken care of everything for us. And again, thanks to Miss Casey, all the broadcast club that was here, from Jacob, Jordan, Hannah, and I know I'm missing
a
few.
lot of them.
Yeah,
Bo's made it. Mia.
Yeah. And Mia, yes, and so all of them, thank you very much for everything you do, and hopefully we can make this happen in basketball.
We got basketball lined up. Joel and Jim on the calls.
Yeah.
And then we'll have some football, baseball, softball too.
And I hear we'll mix it up between. We'll have the girls basketball, boys basketball, and
yes,
we may have that at some of the times, and
we will.
Joel, Jim, and
Joel,
you,
Jim in the
me,
morning. That's
and
right.
Lance, or whomever will just throw us all
in
there.
We'll go down the depth chart. We'll figure it out. So
or maybe we'll have a little sports show or something.
That would be awesome. We're smiling about that one. So thank you again to all y'all out there, Pantherland. We appreciate all y'all listening. The number of people that have gone up this year watching the broadcast, we really appreciate it. It's really, really fun to do.
Phenomenal.
So the football season's over. I believe December the 10th. There's the run by Cohen Blunt again. December the 10th, I think, is our next basketball broadcast. So please join us for that on the Navarro Panther Network. So thanks, everyone. Football, unfortunately, is over with the 56-21. I know. It's never easy to take, but we appreciate the work everyone has done. So until then, Hank Dieter, if you got anything else, we're going to sign off here on the Navarro Panther Network. Basketball is next, so tune in for that. So until then, be safe. Have a great Thanksgiving. God bless, and let's go Panthers.
Yeah, good night, y'all.